What is up, Level Uppers? Welcome to It Only Does PlayStation episode 12. This is the Level Up Network's dedicated PlayStation talk show on once every month. I am one of your co-hosts, Andrew. I make the show Midori. I am joined today by the Beast from the East, Dean Marchese.
Hola.
And we also have GVZ, aka Gregory Verga.
Did you purposely put him on the east side of the video?
No, I didn't, but wait, yes, I did.
Oh.
Obviously.
All right. Well, now you fucked it up.
I'm sorry, I fucked it all up.
Hey, yo, it's your boy. Boom, 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 boom.
Thank you for that, Gregory.
You're welcome. I'm always...
How you guys doing tonight? How you doing, Dean? Let's start with you.
Doing pretty good, man. Feeling good. Really excited about PlayStation this week.
We should be excited. There's a big thing happening tomorrow. We'll get to it in a moment. This is going to be an exciting show, for sure. Yeah. But I'm glad you're doing well. I'm doing well. I actually had off today. I have off tomorrow.
Nice.
We're recording this actually right now. It's a Tuesday night. It's actually 11:14 p.m. right now. We're doing a late night recording of It Only Does PlayStation because it was the only time we could fit it in. And it just so happens that it's right before tomorrow's PlayStation Neo conference. At least we think that. We don't know for sure that's what's happening.
We really don't actually know a goddamn thing about what this conference is.
No. So that's really exciting. We're going to kind of be talking about that and speculating on that later on in the show. But I've enjoyed my 5-day vacation, or at least 4-day right now. Tomorrow will be 5 days. I needed it so
did
badly.
You take time? Were you just given this time off, or did you put in for this time?
Obviously, I had off yesterday for Labor Day, and I took off an extra 2 days because the last month at work for me has been dreadful. It's just been so busy, and I've been staying late a lot, and I needed a break real bad. I actually haven't taken off any days since Evie was born, so I really just needed some time to relax, and that's what I got.
What are the holidays that you get off? Like, what are the federal
Memorial Day, Labor Day, I get off Black Friday, I get off Christmas Day. There's a few others in there too. You worked all of those? Yeah, well that's retail for you.
Christmas Day I don't.
Okay.
I worked most of those, but not all. Not this year.
So far, I'm down Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day at work.
Kristen is the best.
Way ahead of the game, dude. I got a hold of that request off book real early this year, and I was like, guess who's not working ever? So I have off all the fucking holidays.
November 5th, specifically, Extra Life Day. It's a big one coming up. Make sure you get all for that one, Greg. Put in for that now.
I already did.
Okay, great. We're going to want you for that. But how you doing, Greg? What's going on with you, man?
I'm doing good. I was just playing Resident Evil 4 before this. Fucking shot Ashley in the head, that dirty bitch.
Spoiler. No idea what you're talking about, but awesome.
You have this companion throughout the game, and she follows you, but sometimes she gets picked up by the zombie humans.
Okay.
And then she starts screaming for your name to help her. So I accidentally shot her with my sniper rifle in the left butt cheek, and apparently that killed her. So I had to restart the game from where my last checkpoint was. So that was
How does it look on PS4?
Looks beautiful on PlayStation 4. The only thing that they didn't change are the ending and opening cutscene cinematic. But I'm blowing through, getting all the trophies, and I'm loving it. There's no platinum for it, though. I was a little disappointed by that.
Oh, that's
what?
Bullshit.
Why?
There wasn't a platinum for it when it was remade on PlayStation 4 either, so they just copied and scanned over the PS3, excuse me. So they just copied and scanned over the PS3 trophies.
But that's ridiculous.
But I have it. There's a bunch of gold and silver, but still I would wish it had a plat.
There's a current outage right now on the PS.
Yeah, there is.
Is that still happening?
Yeah. I feel like we should talk about that during our PlayStation Plus topic this week, considering we just had a price raise.
Right.
That's definitely going to come up there. But that's a bummer. I heard that it's gradually coming back. It seems like some territories are already starting to get back service.
As according to status.playstation.com, all services are up and running right now.
Okay. I don't know. What do you think that was? Do you think it was a DDoS attack or just...
Don't know. I mean, it was a little bit short to have been a DDoS attack unless they're just getting really good at fending these off.
Bad timing, though.
Yeah,
I mean, they've had enough practice. They should be good at defending.
Right, yeah.
I would hope so.
It just says unplanned. It was unplanned maintenance. That's all they've said so far.
If you guys don't know, It Only Does PlayStation is 4 PlayStation dedicated topics. We also have one mail time this week, only one from Hids, because if you guys don't know, patrons have priority treatment when it comes to mail time during It Only Does PlayStation, so you guys need to take advantage of that. If you are a $5 or more patron, you can submit your questions to be featured on It Only Does PlayStation. The other big thing is that this is the first episode where we're doing the new format, courtesy of Patreon, where if you are a $1 or more patron, you get this entire episode immediately, as you're probably watching it right now. But if you are not a patron, you are watching part 1 right now. And part 2 will come next week, and part 3 the week after that.
Bastard.
It's just $1.
It's just $1. You get the whole thing. Who wants to watch it in part?
And to everyone who is watching this early right now, guys, don't forget about that really special thing we told you that no one else knows.
A special thing.
But we did time it appropriately. Typically, I take the first topic, but that actually had to change this week. Because of the PlayStation Neo conference tomorrow, I decided, Dean, to let you take the first topic.
I don't know what to say.
I hate this.
So I feel like we should get right into it with topic number 1. Go ahead, Dean.
Okay, so I thought today, rather we collectively brainstormed and thought today that we would talk about the Neo. Yeah. Since we've talked about it a bunch, or whatever, whatever this thing is going to be called, we could also talk a little bit about what we actually think this thing's going to be called. Since we never really actually talked about it here on our proper PlayStation podcast, what do we think this thing is actually going to be? What do we think the price point is really going to come down to now that some more reliable rumors and speculations are coming out? And I thought it would also be fun for us to kind of do a gut check, because all 3 of us actually were all like, no, I don't want this.
Yeah.
And so I thought it'd be fun to check in at this point in time, now that it's getting a little more tangible,
right,
and see if we still have those same feelings.
Good words. You always pull out a fucking
Thank you.
This is a solid topic, Dean.
I thought of it all by myself.
So by the time you're watching this, this is either right before the conference starts, because this is going up at 2 p.m., an hour before the conference starts tomorrow, or you're watching this right after. So sorry that our predictions might be wildly off. We don't know right now. But as far as my gut check goes, I have adapted a little bit, I will say.
Sure, don't be ashamed of it, dude. I'm ready to eat my words.
To the idea. Also, just to say, we have the PS4 Slim on the screen right now, because I imagine that's going to be announced tomorrow. Although we've had unboxings and all this bullshit, like it hasn't been officially announced yet. Yeah. So that's probably going to come tomorrow too. But as far as PlayStation Neo goes, I was really, really down on this idea. Me and you, Dean, when it first was revealed, we were just like calling bullshit on it. Like, this is just totally not the direction I want consoles to go in, all this kind of stuff. That being said, I expected the worst. Maybe I shouldn't have. I expected it to be borderline PS5, a huge upgrade that was going to affect the developers and make it so that potentially certain games are only going to work on this next console, whether it be an iterative console or truly next generation. It turns out that it's not quite as bad as we thought it's going to be.
Or is it though?
Or is it?
Everything we have to go on right now is total conjecture. Whatever is going to happen tomorrow, we just know what people have said so far.
Yeah. At the beginning, developers were coming out as being very against this. Right? Yeah. And then as time goes on, it sounds like, okay, they're being developed in tandem. Every game that's being developed on PS4, Neo is also going to come out on PS4. It's just going to have higher fidelity graphics on the Neo. It might have a higher frame rate. It might have a higher resolution. It sounds like it's capable of 4K, but they're not going to force the developers to cater to that, unlike Scorpio, where it sounds like they're really trying to push to 4K. So it sounds like they're leaving it up to the developers for the most part, besides the caveat that I think if the game is coming out past September 30th, it has to have a PlayStation Neo version being developed. That's what I read. That's kind of crazy.
I'm a little bit of the same camp as you. I've kind of adapted. The way I've heard like other industry insiders talk about this thing has kind of calmed me down a little bit. It hasn't totally made me be like, yeah, day one, I'm with you. Because the bottom line is still what we all kind of said at the get-go was it's going to be probably most beneficial for those who have a 4K television. And I still don't have a 4K television. So if one day, one day I'll upgrade to 4K, unless who the hell knows what comes out.
It's not going to happen today.
But, yeah, I would be willing to consider it depending on... like if it's really worth the jump, and also the price point, and also I don't know, like if it is gonna kind of be like still PS4, like if I'm okay with just having my PS4 for the rest of the generation, like I really like my PS4. I have no problem with just rocking that for the rest of the gen.
Well, here's the thing: the Neo, as far as price point goes, I feel like is going to be very reliant on the price point of what's on screen right now, the PS4 Slim. So I feel like before we get to the Neo price point, why don't we do a little speculation here on what we think the Slim is going to be? What do you think, Greg, when they officially announce this tomorrow?
Price point wise?
Yeah, what do you think the price point is going to be?
I'm going $199.
Ooh, man, I don't know. I don't think so. What do you think, Dean? I can't imagine it'll be that low.
I don't know. I think it's going to kind of depend on what everything else is priced at. You know what I mean?
Look how tiny it is, and it's
really
all
tiny.
plastic.
It's all matte finish. Yeah, they're clearly pulling back. They removed the optical drive. They're trying to lower down the production costs. So clearly that means they should get the the cost in store down, but that doesn't have to be the case. They could still put this thing at $299. I pray to God that they don't, because I feel like they're going to get a huge backlash if that happens.
Well, we're what, 5 years into PS4?
No, we're 3 now, right? 3 years.
It's only been 3?
It's only been 3 years.
I'm so bad with
that's the problem for us. Well, it was the problem originally.
With the Neo, yeah.
Right.
It's like we're only 3 years into this generation. How can we possibly go to the next gen, if we want to even call it that? But I think that the most likely scenario is it's going to be $249, but I do think there is a slight possibility that it'll be $299. I think it's 10% that it's $199.
So what's the deal here? Like, okay, it's pretty much guaranteed this is going to get announced tomorrow. It's almost a given that the Neo is probably going to get announced tomorrow.
Yeah, I would hope so.
And so now we have 3 SKUs out there.
I think we have 2
You think they're going to try to well, I mean, the fact of the matter is they still have all these original PlayStation 4s.
Yes.
So, what do? Do you price drop that and then risk people buying the original PlayStation 4 at a lower price, and then when the Neo comes out, they're like, why do I want this? I just bought one for the lower price.
I think the stores do that. You're going to have fire sales, kind of like what just happened with Xbox One, with the Scorpio on the horizon, with the Xbox One S on the horizon. That's why Xbox won the MPD last month, is because they had so many amazing sales on the original OG Xbox One to try and get those out of stores in preparation. You're going to get the same thing. Is the controller
any different for the Slim? No, right?
Yes, it actually is.
What is different with it?
The only thing that we know is that it has a light bar on the touchpad.
Right.
Not a new light bar. It's just that there's a transparent strip that allows you to see the light through the touchpad, so that, as it is now, you're playing your games and you can't see if in Tomb Raider, if you can't see like the torchlight or whatnot, because that light is facing the TV. Right. But now you're going to be able to look down at that touchpad and you're going to be able to see what light is showing through, whether it be just the controller that you're using or if it's going to be the red and blue lights of the police, in Grand Theft Auto 5. Personally, I'm happy about it, but some people are actually really down on that aspect. I'm hoping it also has better battery life. I'm hoping that maybe just the build quality is a little bit higher, but we don't know anything about that just yet. But as I said, optical drive is gone. It's entirely matte finish. They're using a lower nanometer, processor. All those kind of things are what's going to bring the cost down on the Slim.
The optical drive missing is really screwing over quite a number of people,
especially professionals. That like to record off of their console. A lot of them have it hooked up to like a stereo system, and they need the optical drive, and now they're losing that. So yeah, they are screwing over some people in that regard. But I know, to call it kind of funny, we do that a lot here. But they were talking about how they had to maybe do some testing here potentially.
That's probably true.
To be like, only 2% of people use it.
So I would be kind of screwed because that's how I hook up my Turtle Beach headset, is through the optical drive. That's where I hook up my receiver. So I would be really annoyed at that personally. But
I don't use it personally, but yeah, I do know that there are a lot of people that use it. So PS4 Slim, I'm guessing they're going to get out of the way first tomorrow, right? It's like, all right, you guys know it, you've seen it, you actually have unboxing videos online. Here you go. Here's PS4 Slim. Here's the price point. It's coming out. Honestly, I think maybe that week. I could see them being it's in stores very soon.
It would be smart. The holidays, the holiday season is coming, whether you believe it or not. Which
it's
is
definitely the Slim
insane.
is definitely coming before Black Friday.
Yeah, totally,
100%.
But you would hope they would get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Make room for whatever they're going to want to really spend. How long is this thing tomorrow?
I don't know. Who knows? It could be what was that most recent thing they did where it was literally 15 minutes?
I don't even remember.
Andrew House came out for 15 minutes. Yeah. They announced something and then it was done. And I was like, wow, that was really, really short.
However long this is, they're going to want to spend a lot of that time, I feel like, answering questions and like quelling people's nerves about this new console.
I mean, they actually have Xbox to go off of a little bit here, right? Because they announced the Scorpio, which is even further along as far as technology goes than what we think Neo is going to be. So they're able to look off that as an example and be like, all right, here's what they did right, here's what they did wrong. For the most part, the reception to the Scorpio announcement was much more positive than I expected.
Even the 1S that's out there is got better tech in it, which a lot of people are overlooking. It's not just a Slim; it does 4K, and it's out. It's out there. So you got to wonder, like, are they looking at that too now? And like, it's a really interesting time. You know, this whole thing is kind of fucking crazy.
We haven't heard as much from you, Greg. So let's start with you. First off, how do you feel about the Neo in general? Like, what's your gut check? Because we haven't heard yours yet.
My only thing that I see, for me personally, getting a new console, like Dean said, it's a matter of the preferences that are with the system now. What the new system is capable of doing, they don't benefit me at all because I don't have a 4K television, or I don't have these uses for different drives and whatnot. The only thing is cosmetically what they could do with it. Just now seeing like the unboxing of the Slim video and everything like that, watching it previous to the episode, it looks smaller, but like my PS4 currently is already pretty small and it looks nice on my shelf, so I don't need the Slim. The Slim's out for me. But as far as the Neo goes, unless it's doing like making me fucking grilled cheeses or like doing something crazy, like I don't see myself getting the Neo at all. The one thing I do keep saying is if they were to bundle it with one of the upcoming games, my big one is Spider-Man. If there was like a Spider-Man suit themed Neo console, that would be the only way I would jump into
that would
it.
be
I
the end of me.
Exactly. Like it would have to take something that I really, really want in order, especially if they announce too tomorrow, like, oh, there's an upgrade program with your old PS4, which drops down the Neo to $199, which drops down the Slim to $49.99 or something weird.
It sounds like that is going to happen. We don't know how great it's going to be, but it sounds like they're going to be working with retailers to get some type of trade-in program that's a little better than maybe people are expecting. But I don't think it's going to be when we first talked about this, we talked about how we wanted it to be $200, I think, for trade-in. And it's not going to be that, I don't think.
No, we were kind of pipe dreaming.
I think we were pipe dreaming there, nice. Unfortunately. Here's the thing. What really kind of shocks me about it is you've got PSVR this holiday and you've got PS Neo potentially this holiday. We actually don't know for sure that it's coming this year. At this point right now, I'm at a crossroads with PSVR where I don't know if I want it this year. And that brings up the possibilities, like, do I get Neo then? And like, I'm like, holy shit, like, am I actually going to buy this freaking thing? Like I, when it was first revealed, me and you were just like so down on this, and like now I'm going to be a hypocrite by the end of this year and buy it.
We have to see for the details. You know, we only know, like we said in the beginning, we only know what people have told us. Maybe, I mean, is this exclusively for VR? It could be. We have no idea. Let me ask you this question, though. What if... So, Sony makes, like, some of the best TVs on the market. What are the odds they do some kind of 4K television PS Neo bundle for like some kind of discount to get?
I think it's very possible. I think that
4K TVs in homes, I would be down. I would look at that really seriously.
I mean, I would look at that this holiday. I'm almost ready to get a 4K TV, depending on Black Friday deals and whatnot. I'm open to that possibility, and I think that they will do that. But I don't think that's going to appeal to the mass market. But I do think you're going to get those people on the fence with 4K, like ready to jump. That's going to push them over the fence to pick that up, and that's going to be really smart for Sony to do that.
Yeah, we've discussed. Like after the wedding, I'm going to upgrade my television in the family room, and if I'm out shopping for a 4K TV and one of them comes with a PS Neo for a couple extra $100, like I'm going to go for that one, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Here. What is the best way they can do this? Like, your ideal scenario, Andrew House comes out on stage. What is the thing?
The lights go down.
Yeah, lights go down. Lights come up. Andrew House is on stage. PS4 Neo's on a pedestal. It's, I don't know what it's... Honestly, I don't know what this thing's going to look like. It'll probably look very similar to the PS4, but a little different.
That's the problem here is that the PS4, like... That never happened with a console for me personally. Like the first iteration of it being like beautiful to the point where like I love staring at my PlayStation 4 on my like entertainment center. Whereas the PS3, like it looks sleek, but like that, especially the OG PS3, like that shit was huge and it sounded like I was running an air turbine in my room.
Yeah.
And then I remember just switching to the Slim for the PS3. That was like crazy. And then I hope they don't go like too dumbed down to the point where now I have my George Foreman grill over here in red on the PS3. Like that, I hate that one.
I think it's actually going to be the opposite, Greg. I think the PS4 Neo is going to be beefier than the OG PS4.
Probably, yeah.
I think this thing's going to be kind of hefty, actually, in order for them to stuff in this stuff.
I think when you look at it, you're going to know, like, that's expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's what they're going to kind of shoot for here. But
this is a premium console. What I was going to say is, like, Andrew House is on stage, PS4 Neo is on the pedestal. What are the first things he talks about? Like, how does he reassure the people that are still upset about this? How does he reassure those people? What does he have to say?
Who are you asking?
We'll start with you, Dean, since you were like me and very against this at the beginning.
I don't know what he says, but I know that the only way for this to go right, even just okay, is to make it very clear that if you own a PS4, you're not being left behind.
Yes.
That's the only way that this can work without total backlash.
100% agree.
They need to make you feel like you made a good investment. If you're not interested in upgrading, if you're keeping your old TV, if you're keeping your old system, the games are still going to be there for you throughout the console generation. That's the only way.
Like Xbox, they need to say right off the bat, every single one of the games on PS4 will work on Neo, but upscaled, and every game that's released post Neo will also still work on the PS4. Controllers are compatible with both. Everything that you ever bought for your PS4 will work on Neo, and vice versa. That's got to be in there somewhere. How do they sell the people as far as graphics? What is the game that's showing? Because I've got God of War on screen right now. We were blown away by God of War at E3. Greg, do you think God of War is the game they show off, or are you thinking something else to show off the Neo graphics?
I was thinking God of War just because of the scale of what they could do. We were blown away by the E3 demo, don't get me wrong, but I think that was more just so of the shock value and the surprise of what they did, especially like switching up the genre itself. But I think what they need to do, especially to reassure fans of the original God of War games, is that the scale is still there, because we didn't get to really see that as far as like the people he faced. Like right here, this would be like a guy you'd run into in one of the old God of War games, whereas like the other games had titans and you're literally fighting on the back of one while defending yourself against fucking Hades, you know. So I think if they did like a nice open world scale demo of God of War, I think that would satisfy a bunch of people, especially reassure people of the original games.
I also put Horizon into this video reel here because you were just talking about it in the chat earlier with the Game Informer cover and also Game Informer video. I was shocked at how good the graphics looked in that video. Shocked that I wondered, is this the Neo version that we're seeing right now? This looks even better than it did before, and the timing might be right. Is there a reason that this is a Game Informer cover for October? And could it be because that, you know, tomorrow, September 7th, it is September 6th right now, tomorrow, September 7th, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be the big showpiece for the Neo graphics?
It's possible. I don't know.
Horizon doesn't seem like the one, I feel.
No?
Yeah, that's not typically Game Informer's beat. They kind of, I mean, they could have done this ahead of time, but all their footage is recorded already. The trip they take like is well in advance, so they have all this stuff and then they archive it and it's out. But I mean, it's possible they could have been storing it up and saving it for this point, but I don't think so personally.
I think that more so than God of War, I think Horizon should be the showpiece. God of War is a long way out. The next graphical powerhouse that I know of on PS4 is Horizon Zero Dawn.
No, Horizon's a gorgeous game, don't get me wrong, but
doesn't that make sense to show that one off, though?
As far as pushing out the consoles, though, I feel like God of War as a name and as a household title would be able to sell a console 10 times better than Horizon Zero.
I'm not saying that they don't show God of War. I think it would be really smart for them to do so. I just think that if you're going to focus on a game more so than any other, Horizon Zero Dawn is February. It's right around the corner, and I can't think of any other game that probably will show off Neo graphics better. We've got Gran Turismo Sports. What else do we got?
Then is Neo then coming out before February?
I think that it is. Personally, I still feel like it will come this year, but if it's not this year, I think it's very early next year.
I think it's like I'm still picturing like late spring, early summer for the Neo.
Really? I think they want to try and stay as far away from the Scorpio as possible, so that they can say that's why the Scorpio is more powerful, because it's got 9 to 12 months on us. I just feel like they need to separate themselves from that. But
the Neo could be more powerful than what we know of it.
Yeah, they could
come out tomorrow and they could be like, listen, since the Scorpio's announcement, surprise, we have better technology, we have better processors, we have better graphics.
Well,
we're getting
the only thing with that is it's whatever they had, it would take just a monstrous amount of money and really like taking it on the chin and manpower to go back and respec that whole thing that's already been likely in production. I don't think they could like once the Xbox announced their specs, they're probably like, this is what we have. We have to move forward with it. There's no way to go back.
Especially this year, I feel like it would just be very confusing because we all know the Slim's coming before Black Friday, and like, do you remember the whole DS dilemma when they had the Nintendo DS, the DS Lite, the 2DS, and the fucking 3DS?
You mean the current DS dilemma that they have never stopped doing? I
really don't even know. Like, and then you go into GameStops and like, I don't even know how that works. Like, can you play 3DS games on your normal DS? Because all the cartridges just say DS, so I still don't fucking get that whole thing and how that works. So I really don't think they would confuse people by being like brand new PS4 Slims and then brand new PS4 Neo. I definitely don't think it's 2016. I could be wrong on the late spring, summertime release date for it, but
I'm partially in agreement with you, Dean. But I do think that they are capable of making some considerable tweaks.
There could be some
response to Xbox Scorpio.
They could definitely do. I mean, they can definitely go in and overclock and unlock cores that they weren't potentially going to use before. That's totally possible. But to go back and be like, all right, we're going to add more memory. We're going to add an entirely like different, heavier GPU in here. Like, that's kind of impossible.
Yeah. Is it though? Because I still feel like Neo was meant to be announced at E3 and that they changed their mind.
After
it depends.
Scorpio, because I feel like they were unsure about how Scorpio.
Yeah, and I think that Andrew House doing that little video talking about Neo and pretty much confirming its existence, but not showing it off at E3 and saying it's not ready and whatnot, that told me that something scared them.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was Scorpio, and then they were like, okay, guys, we got 6 to 9 months now to get this thing to be partially more powerful, get it closer to Scorpio. I don't think it's going to be as powerful as Scorpio because Scorpio is late next year, if not later than that. I think they might even delay it to 2018. But, they've got some time. If they can get it out by spring of next year, the Neo, they're going to have 9 months plus to separate themselves from the Scorpio and use that as their way of saying, this is why it's weaker. This is why we're getting ourselves out there early so that we can get an audience before the Scorpio comes.
I hate that.
I mean, it's not. That's not impossible is not the word to use, but it all depends. It all depends on how far along this actually was when they actually were going to release it, like you mentioned.
Right.
There's a lot of depending factors, but if this is something that they're coming out with at the time that you think, like sooner rather than later, then I just don't see any way they could have went back and replaced major pieces of hardware. Especially they would have had to have like. You would think hundreds of thousands of units in production already if they were going to release it like by holiday or even I don't know, especially if they were going to do it by E3. I don't know. It's there's a lot of moving factors.
This whole thing is just crazy to me.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
I can't believe that this is a thing that we're discussing. Like,
it's a weird time in
it's
games.
Just, it's so like there's so many now varying SKUs. Like I thought Nintendo was the only one that was going to make things confusing and difficult for people, but for like other people that don't look into stuff and discuss this, like and have their own PlayStation podcast that they do, like it's just so mind-boggling to me that like now they could take these risks as a huge company and be like, all right, we have 3 different iterations of this console that is going to be able to play the one game that you can buy for $60. Like that's so mind-blowing to me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, not at all. I was done.
I still have people coming into my house not understanding that the Wii U in my living room is a different console than the Wii.
Yeah.
And like,
no, that's my point.
If they don't think that this will confuse the general consumer, like you got a battle coming. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you got an uphill battle.
I mean, I think if they call it the PS4K, that is the best thing they can do. I mean, it's simple. It's to the point. It's like, guys, this is PS4. But meant for 4K TVs.
I think
the people that are like us, they're going to know that it's more than that, that you don't need a 4K TV. It's going to have higher fidelity graphics. And I doubt a lot of developers are going to take advantage of the 4K anyway. That's going to be a huge resource hog if they're upping the resolution to that. They're going to instead push that power to get higher fidelity graphics.
A hell of a cooling unit inside of that thing too, man.
Yeah.
Because that thing is going to heat the fuck up.
I guess to close off this topic, we still haven't said what is the price point.
For
I don't
Neo?
know, but I also want to throw in there real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's also the possibility that we might be dealing with a second Vita out there as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
You are right. The Trinity.
It's just fucking insane. It's anarchy, dude. It's like,
Yeah, the Trinity is either going to be the PS4 Slim or it's probably going to be a new handheld.
I just love how
Oof,
everything this
man.
generation was named after characters from The Matrix.
That is great. I'm going to say that I think the Neo is going to be at least 400.
the Neo.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 400 or 500.
I think it's gonna be 500.
I'm saying $499. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Same as
Yeah.
Greg.
$499 for that. I say they're dropping old GPS4 down to $199. They're doing the Slim at $249, and then Neo's going to be $499.
Yeah, I could see the OG going down to 199, not because of Sony, but just because of fire sales at retailers. I could see the Slim being 249. I'm right there with you. I can agree with that. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what I don't know.
It's gonna
I'm
be
just excited to know what the
day.
fuck it is.
Yeah.
Like, I just want
Yeah,
to know.
that's
I
true.
want to get the thing out, and I want it to be like, all right, this is the bullet point list of what the fuck this console is going to be. Do I need it? Do I not need it? What's the price point? Is there a trade-in program? I want to know already.
Console reveals are so exciting, and we might even be getting the NX in the next month or two.
Yeah.
Like, it's a crazy time. Go ahead, Dean. Sorry.
No, you're fine, dude. I know we've stressed this already, but like, there is a small possibility that they come out tomorrow and just announce like a PS Slim and like maybe show a game or something.
Yeah.
Like, we really, like, anything can happen. We don't know.
I think that they would get royally destroyed if they do just that.
Probably. But I mean, also, like, whose fault would that be? They didn't promise there was going to be an announcement. This was totally fans and media running away.
You are correct, but I guess they could have said when they saw that hype train building, if it's not happening, they should have come out and said, "Hey guys, slow your roll. Like it's just going to be this. It's not going to be the Neo."
You're right about that.
Yeah, they definitely should have done that. All right, so we only have one mail time question this week or this month, but let's get to that now.
Mail time.
Thank you, Greg. All right, you guys can go on Patreon, just become a $5 patron or more, and you can submit your questions to be featured on Only Does PlayStation, like this guy who said, if you were in charge of a new PlayStation IP, what kind of character would it have? I don't think he means like the playable character. I mean character as in like heart and soul, I think is what he means there. And he also says, and also what kind of genre and game mechanics would it have? This came from Heeds, who recently tipped us $200.
You sure did. Yeah, that was insane.
Thank you once again, Heeds. We love you, man, and we're happy that we can support you as well. So what do you guys think of this question?
I love the question.
Good question.
I'm just trying to contemplate now all of my responses to it.
Right. I think for me, you guys know obviously that I'm probably going to go the RPG route, right?
Obviously.
But I want to take a twist on that. I want to do a space science fiction fantasy RPG.
So Mass Effect that you never played?
Yes, but not Western RPG. I want a Japanese RPG, space opera, kind of like Xenosaga to those who know that, but I need
Voltron?
I want it to feel like I'm traveling the universe. Like
I want Voltron by PlayStation.
That's not bad, actually. I want to feel that epic scale. I want to feel like I'm traveling the universe, but I want it to have that melodramatic fantasy. I want it to feel like a Final Fantasy in that way, like a Japanese RPG. But I just want to have that nice blend as well with the Western stuff.
So you've had time to think about this.
Yeah.
Kind of, I guess. What came to my mind is like, imagine Naughty Dog doing what's that game that they have in their universe? That's kind of like a space game. They've been teasing it as like posters and stuff within The Last of Us. What's it called?
Oh, the comic book that you read.
Yeah.
Oh,
shit, I can't remember.
Imagine that's Naughty Dog doing that, but as a Japanese RPG. Mm-hmm. Like, imagine that. Like, imagine a Western studio trying to do a Japanese game in space. That's what I want.
That would be pretty cool.
Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like in my mind, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, honestly, I want it to be turn-based.
Savage Starlight.
I want it to be turn-based. Not traditional turn-based. It can be a little different than that. It can maybe active time battle, ATB, if to those who know what that is. But that's what I'm going for.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Off the top of my head, I'm just trying to think of worlds and like lore they haven't really ventured into too much that I can think of. And the first thing that came to my mind was like fantasy, like high fantasy, like Middle Earth, Lord of the Rings era stuff. Maybe like
Game of Thrones-esque.
Yeah, like a little more of fantasy than Game of Thrones. But yeah, that era. Kings and dragons and queens and adventure and
sex.
And sex and tits, yeah.
So that's the genre. That's the heart and soul of it. But
Yeah.
Genre, sex, and tits.
what are the game mechanics?
It's kind of boring to say, but it just feels like it fits with like a Western RPG. It could also be third person action. I would like to see a rise of the third-person action game, especially now that they probably need it now that Uncharted's going to be on a break for a while.
And God of War is kind of going away from that
Right.
fast and furious third-person action.
I don't know how much that really interests me, that like Middle Earth and stuff. Like I get down with Lord of the Rings, but it's just the first thing that came to mind. I'd like to see them do something outside of their wheelhouse that they haven't tried yet. I don't know. The thing is, like, what am I going to say, really? I like superheroes. They've already done that. I like space. You've said that. And they've done, like, everything in between. So I would like to see them try something new that they haven't thought of yet.
Right. What about you, Greg?
Coming off my experience with Gone Home, I would love a first-person game that put you through the struggles of other people's lives, if that makes sense. Like, I would love a game that just plopped you into different scenarios. There's like questions.
Real world scenarios?
Yeah. There was questions that I had when I was getting my associate's degree. It was my ethics class. It was ethics and psychology. And they would put you in these scenarios where it was like questioning your racism level and your prejudice against certain types of people and whatnot. I would love a game that put you in that predicament as well. And to see like different scenarios pop up. There was stuff that was like if it just give you like odds and stuff, like statistics, and then pop you in. For example, one of the questions was like, oh, if you see every different race lined up at a grocery store and you're all going to pick out something from the same section, which race would you be most afraid of? Which race would you be most keen to ask a question? Which race would you... I would love a game that put you in predicaments like that to make you feel unnerved and questioned. And Gone Home just felt very personal to me because it dealt with a whole bunch of issues I felt like that games don't really cover.
Yeah.
So I feel like a scenario like that, especially because if it made me cry by the end, we all know I would be a happy camper.
Have you been keeping an eye on Tacoma? I know there's not real world scenarios,
but I just watched the 15 minutes on that.
Yeah, think of like science fiction, and then you've got Fulbright Company who did Gone Home working on that. I'm very excited for that.
Oh, I can't wait for that game. I'm so stoked for it.
Personally, I didn't look at those 15 minutes, and I don't think that I will, because I feel like
watched the first 5. It was getting into spoiler.
That's what I mean.
And I was like, I don't want to.
If Gone Home is any indication, like I don't want to know anything. About their next game. Those guys have some surprises up their sleeves, and I like that about them.
Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like that's a good answer.
Yeah, thank you. I was trying to think of something different because we all, I feel like, played third person so much now.
Yeah.
And like open world. I just want to see something new. Like, even though Horizon's new, like, it's still third-person action. Like, use your weapon wheel and go in the sandbox area, and here's a story, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's so fun. I'm so excited for it, don't get me wrong, but I just want to see something fresh.
And, of course, thank you to Heeds for submitting that question. Very good question. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being a Patreon and supporting our dreams. You guys can be like Heeds. Just become a $5 or more patron, and you can submit a question or topic for next month's episode.
Yeah, support our dreams, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
Do it. And that actually is going to wrap up part 1 of this episode of It Only Does PlayStation.
Parto uno.
Yes, if you are not a patron, you can look forward to next week to see part 2. We'll be discussing some PlayStation Plus stuff there.
Parto do.
And if you are a patron, we're going to come back and you're going to see part 2. But to those leaving, please do not forget to sub to the channel. Hit that sub button. That way you can keep track of everything we do here on the Level Up Network at youtube.com/the Level Up Network. We got a lot of shows that we do. Like the video, comment, of course, leave your feedback. Let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. We love to hear from you guys in that way.
Sub or get cut.
Sub or get cut. So we hope that you come back. If not, take care. Level up, of course.
Level up.
Blah, blah, blah.
Welcome back, Level Uppers, to part 2 of It Only Does PlayStation, episode 12. This is the Level Up Network's dedicated PlayStation talk show on once every month. I'm one of your co-hosts, Andrew. I make the show Midori, and of course, I'm joined by Dean Marchese, the Beast from the East, and Gregory Verka, aka GVZ.
Ya boys.
We, in our last part, we talked about the PlayStation Neo, which has since been announced, of course.
That was so long ago.
Can you believe how much it is?
I remember it.
It was 5 minutes ago for us, but maybe potentially a week for you. And you guys are like, what are you guys even talking about at this point? But next topic belongs to myself. We switched it around this week. So recently, PlayStation Plus received a price hike.
Dirty motherfucker.
A lot of people were really, really upset about that price hike.
Am I the only one out of us through this now? Are you guys upset?
I think you should. I'm glad to give them 10 more bucks.
Yeah, me too.
The thing for me is, like, I look at $10 and I just divide it over 12 months. I'm like 85 cents or whatever it is.
I'm like, why?
It's not.
Honestly, for me, it was just like, when are they going to do this? Xbox did it 2+ years ago. Like, when is PlayStation going to do it? And I was surprised, honestly, that it took that long. Yeah. But I figured, considering PlayStation Plus and considering that today, like literally hours ago, PlayStation went down, the outage and whatnot, I wanted to take a look back at PlayStation Plus.
It's like years ago.
Yeah. Take a look back at PlayStation Plus and show you guys the amazing offerings that we've had. And I figured we could do our best to try and figure out what we consider to be the top 5 PlayStation Plus months.
Ooh.
Do you guys have the outline open?
Yes,
no, but I can open it.
Okay, Greg, I'm going to rely on you. As we go through these months, we're going to try and keep track of which ones we think are really great. And, you know, as we go on, some months are going to take a head to the front and some are going to, you know, be pushed to the back. And I have the Wikipedia article up in front of me here, and then we're going to go through it. Here's what surprised me. You guys might not even remember this, but at the very beginning, I think it was every week that it changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
The instant game collection.
But you didn't get
changed.
as many games, correct?
It was one every week, changing in and out.
Yeah, but it was like swapping with one game, so it would be like Tuesday to Tuesday.
Right? I think so. I'm going to start with PlayStation 3, and I figured what we're going to do to make this simpler, it's only going to be the current gen offerings. We'll talk about the current gen offerings up to that point. So going back to June 29th of 2010, that's what it says here is the date added for the first PlayStation Plus game on PS3. It was Wipeout HD.
Over that.
Yes. So I don't think that's not going to turn any heads. I don't think that's going to stick around, but that's where it started, right?
I like Wipeout 2048 on Vita. Never liked Wipeout.
Now here's one that I remember fondly, but I don't think it's going to stick around. But do you guys remember Critter Crunch?
Yes, I loved Critter Crunch.
That was one of the first games I got 100% in.
Me too.
I love Critter Crunch. That is an awesome game.
I love Critter Crunch. It was like Bejeweled kind of esque. But you would have to like match up the things, and you had the little puffball.
Yeah.
What's the explanation of the story? You were like on the Galapagos Islands. You were
Yes.
Charles Darwin, like searching for species of animal. It was so good.
Fun puzzle game, really fun puzzle game. You guys can check out.
Critter Crunch, dude, that just brought back so much.
This is gonna bring back some nostalgia for you guys. I have a feeling. After that, August was Mushroom Wars. Don't really remember that too well.
I remember that one. That was such a bitch
Please
to get.
bear in mind, I didn't have a PlayStation 3 until the Slim came out. So a lot of these are going to be like, nope, never heard of them, never played them.
Mushroom Wars was the death of me.
I'm going to fly through a lot of these. So after that, we got Zen Pinball. All right.
Over that.
I like Zen Pinball. Zen Pinball's good, dude.
No, yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying it's not going to stick on the top 5.
No, Greg's
Critter
over
Crunch
it.
be on one?
You can put it there for now. It's going to get knocked out, I'm sure, by the end of this.
All right, keep going.
Burn Zombie Burn. Fun game.
That was okay.
Shatter was after that.
Oh, I loved Shatter.
Another fun game.
Shatter.
Sackboy's Prehistoric Moves. Kind of a dumb little spin-off that happened there. Sam and Max got episodes 1 through 5 at one point. That was December of 2010. Leading Gold, Gangs of the Wild West. Oof, man, that must have been a bad month. After that, you got Digger HD. Then you had Stacking. Not a bad game.
Oh, I loved Stacking. That was Double Fine, the Russian nesting doll.
You can put that at number 2 for now. Sonic the Hedgehog, the original Genesis Sonic the Hedgehog, was in March of 2011. Then you had Comet Crash. Then you had Sonic the Hedgehog number 2. We're now up to June of 2011 with Magic the Gathering. Streets of Rage 2 came after that, then Bomberman Ultra, then Golden Axe. You can see the beginnings of PlayStation Plus were not the best.
Yeah, I'm over that.
not the best. Crash Commando, Comics Zone, Altered Beast, the original Altered Beast. Okay, so here's where it changes, actually. This is September of 2011 now, and it's now 3 games this month that are being offered. So this might have been where they started to change things up. You had Altered Beast, Astro Tripper, and Plants vs. Zombies. That's actually not a bad month there.
Plants vs. Zombies is awesome.
Yeah, Plants vs. Zombies is an awesome game. I think that deserves to be thrown in there for now.
I agree.
Wait, am I writing like the month? I'm just writing month of and then the games that were offered. Like I'm writing month of Critter Crunch, month of Stacking, month of...
You do you, boo-boo.
Okay, yeah, you don't like Plants vs. Zombies?
I did, but I had played it on my iPad, so when it came to PlayStation, everyone was like, oh my god, it's the best game ever, and I was like, it's not different from what I had 3 years ago.
Oh, really? Yeah, for me, I had no idea what that was, and I remember playing that and being like, holy crap, this is actually a lot of fun, and it was kind of like, what's the one now that we're playing? The Tetris type one.
Tricky Towers?
Tricky Towers. It's kind of like that where I was just like, I found myself getting sucked into it and kept going back to it and playing it. And, so yeah, that was actually a really fun offering for PlayStation Plus that month. After that, we're getting to some good month coming up soon, but October was Costume Quest and Elemental Monster. Not bad. Costume Quest is actually pretty solid.
I love Costume Quest.
Here's going to be the new number 1, I bet you. October of 2011 was Dead Nation.
Ooh, that one's going on there.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
What else was offered with Dead Nation?
Nothing, actually.
That's why.
But I still feel like that's still the number 1 for me right now.
Right now,
so far, yeah, totally.
That's the number
Critter
1.
Crunch, Stacking, Plants vs. Zombies, Altered Beast, and whatever the hell the other game was. I literally wrote N something and the month of Dead Nation. So we got 4 months so far.
After that, November was Hydrophobia. No idea what you are. Sorry.
Oh, I loved Hydrophobia.
Really?
The girl got sucked in the submarine. It was like third person. Kind of reminded me of Beyond Good and Evil. Hydrophobia was awesome.
Man, I actually don't remember that. In December, you got Tomb Raider Underworld and Marvel Pinball.
Ooh, yeah, Marvel Pinball number 1. Put it up. Put it up.
As the number 1?
Number 1, Marvel Pinball.
Wait, are we saying this is beating out Dead Nation?
No,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I must disagree. I must disagree. January, Back to the Future, the game, and Swords and Soldiers. Yeah. After that, I got Inferno Pool and the Simpsons arcade game. As much as I love that, no, not going to turn any heads. This is a weird month. I'm not sure why this happened, but in February of 2012, they offered 6 PlayStation 3 games. It was Battle Fantasia, Far Cry 2, Fatal Inertia EX, Hamster Ball, Mahjong Tales, and Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket-Powered Battle Cars.
Yo, Hamster Ball was the shit.
That is the precursor to the beloved Rocket League.
Yeah, you know what? It actually does sound like it should be the precursor.
It actually is.
Wait, you're serious?
I swear to God, that's not bullshit. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a real fact.
I did not know that.
Did anybody else play Hamster Ball?
No. It sounds like Monkey Ball to me.
No. It was racing, but you had to race other hamsters in your balls, and they had tracks, and you could fall off of them. It was only $4.99, but it was a hell of a time.
It was free if you had PlayStation Plus, Greg.
Not for Greg. Greg bought that one.
Wow. March of 2012 was Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix. That's a good month for me. I love Sly Cooper.
Me too. Wait, so are we knocking one of the other ones off?
I don't know. That's what do you guys think? I think this should go in there for now. I think this should knock off. Personally, I wasn't like that big a fan of stacking or anything like that. But
can I knock off the Plants vs. Zombies one?
Yeah, I'd say that's okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, month of Sly Cooper.
All right, after that, April of 2012, Shank 2 and Shift 2 Unleashed.
Ooh, Shank was my game.
No, sorry.
Did nobody play these?
I played it, but it didn't stick with me.
I had a 360.
Like Shank 2 especially. Shank 2, that co-op.
Got a dud of a month here. Frogger Returns.
Ooh, I love Frogger. Why is that a dud?
No, Frogger Returns came in handy during Trophy Wars.
Okay.
4 gold trophies.
Still, pass. May of 2012, Awesome Knots and Trine 2. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah,
Trine 2's okay.
Rock of Ages was May. Oh, actually, was still in May. That's Rock of Ages. Here's another weird month. June 5th of 2012. This must have been... Was this the month where we had the outage?
Yeah, I think it might have
because
been.
In this month...
Outland.
Okay, well, here's what I'm seeing in June 5th of 2012. And even though this is the outage probably, it's got to go to number 1 because you got Little Big Planet 2, Ratchet and Clank All for One, Infamous 2,
yeah.
Zombie Apocalypse, Warhammer 40,000, Virtua Fighter 5, Sideways New York, Saints Row 2, Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light, Just Cause 2, and Hardcore Uprising, all within 1 month.
4 of those were free, and then out of Little Big Planet 2, Infamous, and then Infamous 2 was the other ones. You got to pick.
Not yet when the outage happened. Because
Really?
the outage was I had just gotten my PS3 like a week or two before the outage, because I got the email that was like, hey, here's like free games because you got an outage. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but great, I'll take free games.
Yeah.
Because I had just like got into my system. I didn't even know about the online and any of that. I didn't fuck with that. I just played my games. Infamous 2 wasn't out yet.
I feel like we can't include that month though.
Yeah, it is kind of it's an outlier. It's in like an asterisk.
I'm not gonna put that on. So okay. Far we have Critter Crunch stacking, Sly Cooper, Dead Nation.
Critter Crunch is still number 1.
Yeah, it is.
I think you guys are afraid of Infamous 2 taking the cake.
Here's the thing. I remember the outage offering Infamous 1, not 2.
Yeah, me too, not 2. I
remember. Yes, so I don't know what's going on there.
That sounds right. Yeah, because I had gotten Infamous 1 with my system, so I was like, I don't need that. And then I got Little Big Planet 1, I remember.
I remember because I had 3 PlayStation accounts. I got Little Big Planet, Infamous, and whatever the hell the other one was all free. I just got them all in different accounts and downloaded them.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. We're going to have to skip that month, unfortunately.
Yeah, or not.
July was Gotham City Imposters, Pac-Man Championship Edition DX. It's actually a really good game.
A really good one. Pac-Man's like one of those tricky tower suck-in games.
Yeah.
I might replace stacking with Pac-Man.
I think that's okay. Yeah. The Walking Dead episodes 1 and 2 was August, as well as Blood Rain and Outland was all in August as well. After that, you got September, which offered Borderlands, the original Borderlands. You also had Double Dragon Neon and Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
That's a pretty good month.
And Starhawk, the single player, was also in that month.
Huh.
No.
Borderlands 1 is great. Oh, you can't just dismiss it, dude. Just because they're not your games. Borderlands 1 is a great game, and Scott Pilgrim...
Yeah, I think that month as a whole is a really good month.
Well, we have Critter Crunch, Pac-Man, Sly Cooper, Dead Nation, Marvel Pinball are the months that we have. So am I replacing one of those?
I think you can get rid of Marvel Pinball with this month for sure.
I think you could get rid of freaking Critter Crunch.
No! I'm telling you right now, if you played Critter Crunch, especially somebody who loves Tetris, you would fucking love Critter Crunch.
That being said, Greg, Critter Crunch was literally the only game that month.
I love Critter Crunch.
I really like Critter Crunch.
Is better than most of the games that you have said you love so far.
All right.
Yeah, this has got to get in there. I think Critter Crunch is becoming a joke edition at this point. I think it should still be in the top 5, but I don't think it should be number 1. I feel like something else is number 1.
I'm not getting rid of Sly Cooper. I'm not getting rid of Pac-Man. I'm not getting rid of Dead Nation. And if Dean's not giving up Marvel Pinball, the Critter Crunch.
No, Marvel Pinball I didn't actually want you to put up there.
Okay, so this is taking over that month.
Marvel Pinball.
Scott Pilgrim. Just put down Scott Pilgrim for that month.
Although, I think it should be said, the Zen Pinball tables are really good. They're really fun.
They are. All right, after that, we have October, which was NFL Blitz, King of Fighters, and Payday. After that, you got November, which was Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition.
Yeah.
And we also Quantum Conundrum and Dungeon Defenders.
Yes,
not a bad month.
Yes, I loved Quantum Conundrum.
You loved every game so far.
I played every fucking game.
You're the worst.
That doesn't mean they're all good.
Resident Evil 5, Quantum Conundrum, and what was the other one that month?
That was it's the Dungeon Defenders.
I don't know what that is, but can we put up Resident Evil?
I don't know, man.
Resident Evil 5, we all played that. We all loved it, did we?
I liked it. I liked it.
We just discussed this today. I've never played any Resident Evils. You know that already.
Yeah, I know. I got upset with you about it. I just don't want to believe that statement. You can shoot the president's daughter in her left butt cheek and she'll die.
Now I don't ever need to play it because you've ruined it for me. Thank you for saving me the time.
I'm going to say no, Greg. I'm saying no.
All right, keep going, man.
This month might be your favorite ever, Greg. BioShock 2 in December, along with Roachard and Super Street Fighter 4 and Anomaly and Retro City Rampage and NBA Jam. That was all in December.
NBA Jam was my shit. We have to put that on.
What do you?
Come on, guys.
It's got BioShock 2 in the month. I feel like that automatically makes it the worst month ever for PS Plus.
I'm over that.
Also, before you even bother bringing up BioShock 2, BioShock Infinite was a PS Plus game, so don't even bother.
Don't even bother. Yeah, you're right there, 100%. Nope, month is gone, passing. All right, so January was Mega Man 9 and 10, Darksiders. That's not bad. Football 2012, Guardians of Middle... Football.
That was a whole month? Mega Man 9, 10, and Darksiders?
Yep, all 1 month there.
Jesus. Pretty good.
No, I'm over that.
Pretty good. See, it's definitely an honorable mention there. That's a good month.
That's a good month.
Yeah. February was Guardians of Middle-earth. We're in 2013 now, by the way. So we're getting close to switching over to PS4. Guardians of Middle-earth Closure and Vanquish was in February of 2013.
Vanquish was awesome, too. Did anybody else play that?
Yeah, that was a good game.
Jetpack sliding shooter game?
Here's a month I remember well. Spec Ops: The Line, Joe Danger 2, and The Cave. Spec Ops, as much as I hated the gameplay, awesome story with that game, man. Awesome story.
Can this one go on the list?
I don't think it's...
Yeah, keep going.
I don't think it's quite that good. This is a good month for a lot of other people, but not for me. Demon Souls was April, along with Labyrinth Legends and Malicious and Zombie Tycoon 2. Just for Demon Souls alone, that's a really good month for a lot of people.
Yeah,
over that.
Does nothing for me personally.
Same.
This is our list, right? So we're gonna skip that.
Everybody else.
Fuck you guys. After that, another good month here. We got Sleeping Dogs, Knit Underground, and the Pinball Arcade.
Yeah.
Another good month here. We got Deus Ex Human Revolution, Machinarium, Little Big Planet Karting, and the single player. Wait, and two more. And the single player of Uncharted 3: Drake's Deception, and XCOM: Enemy Unknown.
It's pretty good.
That's a month that's going on the list. Uncharted 3: Drake's Deception single player. Come on, that's got to go on the list. That may be number one. Don't forget, that's also a Deus Ex Human Revolution that month too.
Yeah, so I feel like it's insane that Critter Crunch is at number one right now.
Okay. That's the best month yet.
No, I don't have them in any order. I just wrote down 5 months.
Okay. That's the best month.
I have Critter Crunch, Pac-Man, Sly Cooper, Street Fighter, Dead Nation, and then Borderlands and Scott Pilgrim.
I know Uncharted 3 gets a lot of hate, but that's an awesome month.
It's a good month. I still think the month to beat so far is the Borderlands and Scott Pilgrim, personally.
Really?
Yeah, that's a great month, dude. Those are two great games.
Borderlands
1 is like 70 hours worth of good content.
Wait,
I never played it.
Uncharted 3's month on here?
Yes.
You'll 100% replace it with probably Critter Crunch. Let's get rid of you.
Yeah, get rid of Critter Crunch. But just to say, Critter Crunch is awesome.
Yeah,
awesome game.
If you haven't played Critter Crunch, go buy it for it's probably like $2. Now.
Oh, we all know I'm not going to do that. Why even?
If anything, they have it on Vita.
Yeah, I think they do.
A great Vita game.
Yeah. June of 2013 was Saints Row the Third, and nothing else, I don't think. Oh, wait, no, that was also in the Uncharted month. What the hell was with this month? This month was insane.
That's a pretty good month. Yeah.
That's an insane month right there.
Saints Row 3 is awesome.
Oh, maybe that was... No, what month is this?
That must have been like their E3 month, where they're like, hey guys, this is E3, you're getting all this shit all in one month.
Oh, you said it was Starhawk too, right?
No, that was a different month.
Okay, never mind then. Keep going.
Saints Row 3 is the best Saints Row game still. That's a great month. Uncharted 3, XCOM, Saints Row 3.
Yeah, that's an awesome month. I think, personally, I feel like that's the best month yet. Good. Next up, we got July with Battlefield 3, Oddworld Munch's Odyssey, and Jet Set Radio.
No, I'm over that.
Not bad. August was Hitman Absolution, Bit Trip Presents, and Zen Pinball 2 with Star Wars.
Over that.
September of 2013 was Resident Evil Chronicles HD Collection, Galaga Legions, and Eco.
That's pretty good month.
That's such a good month.
Definitely a good month.
Can I put that up there instead of Dead Nation?
Yes, in my opinion, you can.
I agree.
Okay, wait, so read it one more time. It's Resident.
That was Resident Evil Chronicles HD Collection, Galaga Legion, DX, and Eco.
Galaga.
So that's a great month. And the month after that was Shadow of the Colossus, Kingdoms of Amalur.
What was the last one with Galaga?
Galaga Legion DX.
No. What was the last game? Was there another game
Eco.
for Galaga?
Eco.
Yeah, that's okay.
How can you forget Eco? That's the best game that month.
I was just making sure.
And the month after that was Shadow of the Colossus, Kingdoms of Amalur, Reckoning, and Poker Night 2. And Hotline Miami. Great. Yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur and Shadow of the Colossus. That... Oh man, is that better than the Eco month?
I think so.
I think so too. Greg, knock it off.
Finish the whole sentence.
Shadow of the Colossus takes it. That's jumping in. November.
Is this 1L? Yeah, right.
And this is the last month that we're sticking with PS3. We're now about to move on to PS4.
You guys are going so quickly. The titles are so long. Kingdoms of Amalur, and that was it, right?
Shadow of the Colossus and Poker Night 2.
Yeah, but fuck Poker Night.
Okay, so November of 2013, the last PS3 month, because this is when PS4 released, was Dragon's Dogma, Ib and Ob, and Binary Domain. Yeah. So we're going with that now. Here's the thing. After the PS4 released was the month where you got Bioshock Infinite. But we're done. We're not doing PS3 anymore.
Okay, I'm over
so that it doesn't get that.
What? Just for my own knowledge, what else came out that month?
Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Oh,
that's a good month.
And DMC Devil May Cry.
That's a great month. What the fuck?
That's a really good month. That's a really good month.
Dean said, "What the fuck?"
That's a really good month. That really is.
Jesus Christ.
Brothers was surprisingly good. BioShock Infinite might be my favorite BioShock, actually.
Brothers was the one where you control different ones on different analog sticks.
Yes.
Yeah, that confused the fuck.
All three of those games are great games.
Even DMC, I didn't go too far into it, but I thought it was actually pretty fun.
DMC is really fun, dude. The combat in that game is perfect.
You could do stuff in it.
All right, so now I'm gonna give you guys a rewind here to when PS4 launched. Did you know that it was only
Resogun.
It was only one game a month though. It was only one game a month. Besides that opening month, the opening month was Contrast and Resogun.
Resogun is getting off Pac-Man for me.
Yes, that's definitely on the list right now. But after that, you had 5 months of only one PS4 game.
Name them, please.
January was Don't Starve.
Ooh.
Great game.
The fire. That
was a great game. I'm not sure I'm going to push it onto the list because it's only one game.
True.
But after that was Outlast. Then you had Dead Nation Apocalypse Edition.
Whoa!
Then you had Mercenary Kings, and then you had Stick It to the Man.
Yeah,
none of them I would kick off any of these.
No, I wouldn't either.
We have pretty good lists so far.
Resogun in contrast, though, for Resogun alone, is now
Pac-Man with that. So now
maybe the number like 2 or 3 for me of all.
Drew, you have the outline,
Resogun?
correct?
Yeah.
To see the months.
What was that?
You have the outline open to see the months.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Resogun is gonna be in the discussion from this point for the rest of my life as one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So where does it fall on the list for you then, right now? Is it number 1?
Everything we have, for me personally, probably number 1.
Wow.
Yeah, me too. I think
that game alone was enough for you.
I love Resogun.
It's a great
it came
game.
with Contrast though, right? And Contrast wasn't terrible.
Contrast was only around for a couple months, actually 1 month about, but Resogun stuck on there for like June.
That was like they were like pushing that pretty hard.
Yeah, it was like the she like goes into the painting or the
yeah.
It's got like a burlesque kind of look to it.
That's right.
Christina Aguilera cameoed.
So now we're jumping to 2 games a month with June of 2014. Pixel Junk Shooter Ultimate and Trying to the Complete Story.
No,
not bad.
Yeah.
Not a bad month.
Yeah. July was Doki Doki Universe, Strider, and Towerfall Ascension. Towerfall Ascension got a lot of praise, but
Towerfall was that 4-person like co-op kill each other one. Yeah.
After that, you had Fez and Road Not Taken. Here's the thing. Remember when Fez came out? I actually reviewed that for our channel, a video review, and I gave it a 7. I look back at that game now, for some reason, much more fondly. And I'm not sure why.
Oh, that sounds like your problem.
Yeah.
I just want to say that if I were to look back at that game now, I probably would give it an 8.
Is it like a knack for you?
Yes, I would give it an 8, just like Knack. I still say Knack is a good game.
I love how the two people I'm doing this podcast with literally have the most obscure review scales I've ever heard of in my life.
Review scales are weird.
What's my review scale?
Yours is just great and up. It's either great or shit.
Yours is killing it. An 8.5, killing it. That's about it for you.
That's true. Yeah, that is my score.
Although
all right.
I love everything. So
September 2014 was Sports Friends and Velocity 2X.
No, fuck that.
Velocity 2X is good.
Velocity 2X is very good, but nothing I would kick off.
After that, October, Dust and Elysian Tale, Pix the Cat, and Spelunky. Not bad. November was Binding of Isaac Rebirth, Steam World Dig, and Escape Plan.
No.
After that, you got Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition.
Oh, now we're talking.
Secret Ponchos and Titans Attack.
This is the month I missed.
Here's a month that I feel like should be on the list.
What do you got?
Infamous, First Light, and The Swapper.
Ooh,
pretty good.
Both are phenomenal games.
Yeah.
I might take off Sly Cooper and Street Fighter.
I think that goes on there,
that's the move, yeah.
Infamous.
And I think this month after that might also knock something off. Because in February was Apotheon, not that that was good, but Rogue Legacy and Transistor.
Oh, Transistor. Wait, what was with Infamous First Light?
Was Swapper.
Yeah, I see.
Which was really, really good.
Both of those are great.
You don't think Transistor and Rogue Legacy could beat something out?
No.
Not for me.
It would be Borderlands and Scott Pilgrim for me, but I just didn't play either of those games, so I can't attest.
What do you think, Dean?
It's tough because one game on each of those lists I value over the other. You know what I mean?
Like Borderlands and Transistor.
Yeah, exactly.
I read you. I know my friend.
I don't know. That's tough. That's a tough call. think as an overall package, I think the Borderlands Scott Pilgrim month personally is better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
That's a better value.
March of 2015 was Counter Spy, Oddworld New and Tasty, Ollie Ollie 2, and Valiant Hearts: The Great War.
It's not bad.
Oh, that's a good month.
Yeah, that's not
Ollie
bad.
Ollie was fun.
And Valiant Hearts. Yeah.
Valiant Hearts I loved. And what was the first one on that?
Counter Spy.
And Counter Spy was really fun too.
Not bad. I don't think it should go on the list, but that's a really good month.
That's a
that's
definite
good.
honor. That's like a number.
Everybody should play Valiant Hearts.
Yeah.
Totally.
Really good UB art game.
Right.
Yeah.
What happened to UB Art?
I don't know what they're doing, man.
Stopped it after that.
Child of Light and Valiant Hearts, and then what happened?
Bring back Prince of Persia and UB Art.
I agree.
Best decision of your life.
After that, April was Aru's Awakening, Never Alone, and Tower of Guns.
Ooh, Never Alone was fun. That's
Yeah,
the
that
one
was.
that Jen and Dean played together.
That's the Eskimos, right?
A little fox. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Good game. May was Ether 1, Guacamelee. That's a great game.
Ether 1, dude.
Hohokum, The Unfinished Swan, and Race the Sun, all within May.
Oh, that beats one of the games for me.
Really?
I loved all of those on that list.
More than any of these. Ho-Hokum and Race the Sun.
Race the Sun and Hohokum are kind of throwaway for me. Unfinished Swan is good.
Swan.
Guacamelee's great.
Guacamelee, and
Guacamelee is great.
That was the Super Turbo Championship Edition. You got all the DLC with that for free.
Yep.
And then what was the first one? Ether 1 was an odd game too. I enjoyed that.
Ether 1 was fucking shit, dude. It was totally broken for 90% of the people.
That was for you. I don't know why that game never
For
broke.
many. For
Yeah.
many. I couldn't get past the first 10 minutes. It just crashed and crashed.
I don't think it should go in top 5.
I agree.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
The only one that I think really has a lot of pull it would be Guacamelee. I think Guacamelee.
Yeah, that's a great game. After that, you have June, which was Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. But otherwise, this month does nothing for me.
That
Skulls.
was when Dean and I streamed both of our iterations that month, and Dean got on top of a car and murdered everybody with a Gatling gun. I stuck around the whole thing, rescued the kid, and forgot all of the shit.
Yes, you did.
Drew was in my stream, I remember, and he's like, Greg, you missed this, you missed that, you missed this, you missed that.
That
I'm like,
stream will go down in infamy.
Otherwise, that month wasn't very good. There was Skulls of the Shogun, Super Exploding Zoo, and Futuridium. Here's a month
was fun, but
that might go on the list for one game and one game alone.
Name it.
Rocket League.
Ooh.
I never played it still, but
July
What? You still
of
haven't played Rocket League?
2015.
Oh shit, Greg, you gotta play Rocket League.
But besides that, you also had Styx, Master of Shadows, Mousecraft, and Entwined. Pretty much nothing else about that month really matters.
Entwined was
but
such a disappointment.
yeah, that really was a disappointment. That was a game they announced at E3 and were like, it's available now.
That was
that
the
was a
Dragons, right?
Yeah, and the fish. I don't know. What do you think? Is Rocket League enough to go on the list?
No.
Rocket League's pretty good, dude.
But
Rocket
to
League's
beat out
pretty
any
good.
of these.
As an individual offering, I think Rocket League is one of the best ever.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Resogun made it on the list for me for Resogun alone, not Contrast.
Yeah, but is Resogun better than Rocket League?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I just think as months that we have here, like the offerings that we have are better than Rocket League. It's-
Like the overall package.
yeah, like Borderlands Scott Pilgrim, that's like fucking 100 hours of content. Shadow of the Colossus and Kingdoms of Amalur. Kingdoms of Amalur is the RPG, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was fucking
The one by
hours.
Kurt Schilling.
And Shadow of Colossus is one of the best games ever made.
Yeah.
Infamous First Light and the Swapper, two amazing,
I
phenomenal.
know, but dude, Rocket League is something you just don't understand until you get in there.
It is really, really good. Even for me.
Rocket League is fucking good.
I think we should knock off. Hold on a sec. Let me look at the list here that you put them together, Greg.
The only one I would take off would be Borderlands Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, that's the only one I would take off too.
What
to be
else is
honest.
in the month? What is
We
the
have
month?
we have the month with Uncharted 3, XCOM, and Saints Row 3. We have the month with Resogun and
No, no,
Contrast.
he's saying
that I'm
what
looking
comes
at.
with Rocket League.
Yeah.
What else is in the month of Rocket League? Free.
Oh, in the month of Rocket League, we all that was nothing good. We had Styx, Master of Shadows, Mousecraft, and Entwined.
Yeah, no, I don't think it makes it for me.
Oh, unfortunately.
Even I'm saying I never played Borderlands Scott Pilgrim or Rocket League, and I still think Borderlands and Scott Pilgrim is a better deal.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. August. This has a few good games. You had Sound Shapes, which is a great game.
Oh,
Great trophy game. You got Stealth Inc. 2, Limbo, which I really enjoy, and Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris.
That's
Good
a
month.
really strong month.
Definitely worth mentioning.
Yeah, I don't think it
Awesome,
replaces
strong
it.
month, but doesn't replace anything
Yeah,
for me.
I agree.
After this is a throwaway for me. You had you had Grow Home, Super Time Force Ultra, which is pretty good. Zeo Drifter, Tesla Grad.
Yeah, no, I'm over that.
After that, you got Super Meat Boy Broken Age, which is really good. Unmechanical Extended. Not good enough to go on the list, but Super Meat Boy and Broken Age are very good.
Really fun.
Yeah, I really like Broken Age a lot.
That's another Double Fine, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
First episode of Broken Age especially, I thought was excellent. The second episode went down a little bit for me.
I'll agree with that. I think
here's a good month, but not good enough to stay on the list, I don't think. But Dragonfin Soup, The Walking Dead Season 2, the entire season, and Magica 2. Yeah, not bad.
Wait, what was the other one?
Magica 2.
Oh, no. If the other titles were strong, I would say put it on, but Walking Dead was the highlight for me.
Here's another, I think, really lackluster month. Gauntlet Slayer Edition and King's Quest Chapter 1.
Yeah. Gauntlet's pretty fun, but the
King's Quest was really, really fun. Did anybody else play that episodic series? That game was hysterical.
I haven't yet, but I want to get around to it because I'm a huge King's Quest fan. That's like a series I grew up on. Very fond of that.
I was surprised by it. Surprised.
You're officially the first person I've ever met that said, I'm a huge King's Quest fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I agree with that, I think.
First time for anything, yeah.
It's just the first time I've ever heard of it.
I grew up on it. I grew up on that in Goblin's Quest on PC. Here's a month that's probably going to be the new number one. Grim Fandango Remastered and Hardware Rivals.
No, thank you.
Just silence.
It's funny, dude, because so many people out there are probably like, yes, Grim Fandango. It just did not
Grim Fandango was the living death of all three of us.
I agree, dude.
You know what? Wait. I just want to say, I'm not down on Grim Fandango. I thought it was a fine game. I'm not like, oh my god, greatest game, puzzle game ever. No, I'm not that. But
dude, I thought it was pretty bad.
And having to do like the tank controls and being fucked up with that, like, in all honesty, other than it torturing my life for trophies, like, I just don't see the appeal of that game. Like, it wasn't funny to me, it wasn't witty to me, none of it like clicked with me at all, and then it was just like slapstick humor that I just.
The time I played that game was some of the time spent I was most mad in my entire life. I did not like that game.
Well, what was so annoying about it, as Greg said, is you had to play it in the tank controls to get that one trophy, and tank controls, man, holy shit.
Every movement is the opposite of what you want to do.
Yeah, it wasn't cool.
That's a Tim Schafer, though, man, right there. Tim Schafer game.
Schafer to suck on my balls.
Next up is a good month for some people. Nom Nom Galaxy, Helldivers, and Nova 111.
Good month.
Yeah, you like Helldivers, right, Dean?
I never played it. I've watched it played
Mike
a bunch.
Mike was the one that liked Helldivers.
Mike played it a bunch, yeah.
You had, after that, March was Broforce Galaxy, and that's it.
I'm over that.
April was Zombie, Dead Star, and Shushimi.
What the fuck?
There's like a definite
decline.
Yeah, like there's a steady decline of, I don't know what's going on here.
I feel like I blacked out for like the last 3 months.
There was a good number of months earlier this year that were not very good. After that was May, which was Tropico 5, Tabletop Racing, and Switch Galaxy Ultra.
Yeah, I'm over all of these.
June was good, in my opinion, for Gone Home and NBA 2K17. Really like Gone Home a lot.
Big praise to Gone Home. Like, fuck it.
That's a good month.
Yeah.
And NBA is great, too.
Yep.
I don't think it's honorable.
No. Yeah, just Gone Home is a game that every single person should play, in my opinion. Even though you didn't like it, Dean.
I'm glad I played it so I can speak to it, though.
We're almost wrapped up here. We're at July of this year was Fury and Saints Row Gat Out of Hell.
Saints Row was fun, but it's not list worthy.
And Fury was okay. And then this past month, August, was Tricky Towers, Rebel Galaxy, and Ultratron.
Yeah, so I think we have our 5 months now.
Yeah, so you can definitely see where people are coming from in that there was a decline in the PS4 offerings.
That's what sucks about now them raising the prices, that they did it when these were the games that they were offering.
Although this most recent month is Journey, which I think is excellent. And Lords of the Fallen. Lords of the Fallen, which is a full AAA title. Cool, so that's a good month.
We still have to organize our top 5 months, though, that we do have.
Yeah, it came at a good time.
It's weird, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe the money's going to help them, like, get back some of these bigger titles, but the PlayStation 3 ones are still pretty good, dude, because what we jumped up from to PS4. In the meantime, the Arkham games were given out as PlayStation Plus. Mass Effect 2.
All the Infamous titles, all the Little Big Planet titles.
Infamous, Little Big Planet.
Bioshock Infinite.
Bioshock Infinite. Mass Effect 2.
Stick of Truth was on there.
South Park.
Puppeteer.
Puppeteer.
Sly Cooper Thieves in Time.
Yep.
Yeah,
there are some
PS3 is holding it down. And
PS3 is
Vita titles
awesome
too that we never mentioned. There was a couple solid Vita titles too.
Yeah, to keep this a little bit more simplistic, we kept it to just current gen offerings.
Sure. Yeah, no, I'm just saying like that's why my PS3 still sits out, because one day like, I'm gonna go back and play some of those.
All right, so let's rank these 5 that we have here. So here are the 5 that we have: the month of Uncharted 3, XCOM, and Saints Row 3. You had the month of Resogun and Contrast, the month of Infamous, First Light, and Swapper, the month of Shadow Colossus and Kingdoms of Amalur, and the month of Borderlands and Scott Pilgrim.
In my opinion, this is my ranking too. I didn't do it purposely, but that's the way I would rank those.
Yeah, that's how I would rank it too.
I didn't even mean to do that.
I think that Uncharted 3, XCOM, Saints Row 3 month is awesome.
That's a fucking amazing month. Like the quality and hours of XCOM Enemy Unknown, I played the game for like 75 hours. That game was so long and so.
It's a little bit of a cheat because I do think that was their like E3 announcement, like, hey guys, these are all available this month, like it's E3, have fun. So I think that's a little bit of a cheat there, but still, that's why it's so good.
Yeah,
that's an amazing month.
That would be about my rank. I might just, based on personal bias, put Borderlands ahead, but I like Shadow of Colossus more. So that's just kind of those games.
Shadow of the Colossus is just one of those games, dude.
Yeah.
That's an amazing game.
Yeah, that'll probably be my order.
Yeah, I didn't purposely do that, so proud of us.
Going back to Infamous First Light, I was really surprised at how much I enjoyed Infamous First Light for the trophy war.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and then not even the story, but like the leaderboard, like arena thing?
The arena mode, it was a lot of fun, man.
It's super fun. Infamous Second Son and First Light in generals. Whenever we play our intro and I always see that footage, that's one of those games. Like, I wish I had more to do. I wish I could go back and like do more.
Well, I highly recommend people check out Swapper too. It's kind of like a cloning gun game, but where the clone that you make has the exact same movements as the main person you're controlling. But it also brings up this kind of interesting morality question of when you kill these clones, are you killing the past version of yourself, or you're killing a copy of yourself, and is that moral? It was an interesting concept. It kind of reminded me of The Prestige in that way.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Swapper as well.
Yeah,
100% of that bitch.
There you go. That is the top 5 PlayStation Plus months for the Level Up Network. And hopefully, moving forward, we see the PS4 make a comeback now that the $10 price raise has happened.
I hope so.
Yeah,
they can take all my money. PS Plus is the best.
And to wrap up this part 2 of It Only Does PlayStation, let's look at the trailer of the month. Speaking of Shadow of the Colossus, I don't know if you guys have seen this game yet, but it looks very reminiscent of Shadow of the Colossus. Check it out. The trailer of the month. I'll put it up on the big screen for you guys.
Like the snow effect.
Yeah, the entire game takes place in like a icy island.
Okay, this does feel very echoey. Is it a girl?
I actually don't know.
This looks kind of awesome. Is that a grapple? What the fuck? This looks really
But now fall to your death. Very slowly. Looks pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that look cool.
It's called Pray to the Gods, or Pray for the Gods. It's a small team. I think they're indie. But it seems like a pretty ambitious title for those guys.
Make that a PS Plus title. I would gladly love that.
Yeah. Just that moment at the end there where he's grappling on and climbing the flying creature. That's awesome. That's totally Shadow of the Colossus. That had to be some inspiration there. But I thought that was a pretty cool game to call out as an indie title to show off and keep an eye on. And that is going to wrap up part 2 of It Only Does PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you are a patron, continue watching. Go on to part 3. And if you're not a patron, become a patron of just $1 or more, and you get the full episode of It Only Does PlayStation right from the very beginning.
Don't be dirty. Just do the $1.
Yeah. But if you're not sticking around, please make sure to hit that sub button at youtube.com/the Level Up Network. You'll keep track of all the cool shows that we do here. Like the video if you did like it, and of course leave comments and feedback. We'd love to know what you thought and what you think the best PlayStation Plus offerings have been over the past 6 years. It's been a long time.
I agree with our list because we're the smartest people that you know.
I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to disagree with our list, to be honest.
Okay.
When does that happen? Does that happen?
A lot, Greg.
Oh. Those people are wrong.
We can't play everything, but we do our best. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to catch you again soon. Until next time, take care. Level up.
Level up.
Blah.
Welcome back, Level Uppers, to part 3 of It Only Does PlayStation, episode 12. This is the Level Up Network's dedicated PlayStation talk show on once every month. I am one of your co-hosts, Andrew. I am Mick Show Midori, and I am, of course, joined by Dean Marchese, the Beast from the East, who is having a seizure, and Gregory Verga, aka GVZ.
It's your bye.
Thank you for watching parts 1 and 2, guys. Talking about PlayStation Plus offerings as well as the PlayStation Neo reveal. Yep,
we're about to being patrons and getting all the secret messages that we have too. You guys can do the same thing. Give us your money.
Yep, do it. Do that.
What are you looking at, Dean?
I was looking at my calendar because I think at the time of this episode, I'm older already. I'll be 27 now.
If you guys don't know, we're doing a new format. We're spreading it across weeks. We're recording this episode on September 6th, now September 7th, because it's past midnight.
Wait, I just got what Dean was saying.
Yeah. You got it. You got there.
Oh my god.
It's gonna come out for them in 2 more weeks.
Yes.
All right,
so it'll be the week of Dean's birthday.
Yeah, that is correct.
Compose yourself, Greg, because we're about to move
It's the heat.
on to your topic. Topic number 3.
My topic, yes it is. Look at me, I'm Greg. It's my topic, biz. Topic number 3 is me, Greg Verga.
I thought you were going to say bitch too.
I bleeped
That
it.
would have been so funny.
I should have gone for it. I was thinking it in my head, and then I was like, biz.
Oh man,
that would have been so funny.
What's up, Greg?
Guys, are you ready for my fucking topic?
Yes.
Guys, I want to know. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm a pretty avid collector of like statues and stuff. When it comes to video games, I really do appreciate a collector's edition. Push up the glasses. I want to know, what are the best PlayStation exclusive collector's editions for video games that you've seen? What are the best ones that you yourselves have picked up? And what do you think would be the best upcoming one if they were to do a collector's edition of an announced game that doesn't yet have an announced collector's edition?
PlayStation exclusive?
Yes.
Correct. I only have one.
What?
You don't have. No, you have Uncharted. We unboxed them together.
Wait, you know what? Let's open this up a little
one.
bit. As long as it's on PlayStation.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like this is a little too restrictive.
It's one that you have, the best one that you've seen from PlayStation, and then the best one that you would create that's upcoming PlayStation.
Okay, well, I have Uncharted 4 is the only collector's edition I've ever bought that is PlayStation exclusive.
Okay, like that.
I have other like I have the Kratos statue and the Infamous statue, but I didn't buy the collector's edition. I got the statues on eBay.
Right.
Yeah, you're dirty.
Uncharted 4 was the only one like I got.
Do we have to own it, or can we just talk about ones that are out there?
That's the 3-parter. It's the best one you've ever owned. It's the best one that you've seen that you've always wanted to get but never did, and then it's the best upcoming one that you could create yourself.
I really don't get a lot of collector's editions.
Well, that's not the best one I've ever owned, just to be clear.
All right, well, topic over, guys. Thanks for joining.
Can I just say the Journey collector's edition statue, even though it didn't come with the game?
Yeah, you could say that.
I love that freaking statue. That's my favorite ever.
I have mine next to me. I have all my statues.
But one of the best I've seen, and I threw it into this video, I was looking at ones, is the Uncharted 2 Collector's Edition that came with a life-size scale dagger, the Furba dagger.
Yeah, the Furba dagger, yeah.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. I love that Collector's Edition. That's really, really cool. If I could have bought that, I would have. So that's one that sticks out for me. I also like that infamous Second Son one, just for the freaking beanie alone. I like.
That's my favorite one. My favorite one is Infamous 2 on the PlayStation 3. You got Cole's messenger bag backpack, which I have. Cool. I use it all the time. Love that bag. I got a whole bunch of pins. It came with a steelbook case, and it was the same price as the game, which I don't know why a lot more people don't have Cole's messenger bag, because at GameStop, if you spent the money before the game came out, you got upgraded to the collector's edition for free.
They were sold out. I got my game from Target.
Yeah, well, you're a fuck.
I tried. I really wanted that, actually. I really wanted that collector's edition. I couldn't get it.
My favorite statue one that I've gotten is definitely, without a doubt, The Last of Us. Holy fuck.
I have that in here.
Shit, dude. That is like... When I tell you the quality of a statue, I never thought it would be that nice, and that's why I ended up spending, I think I spent $450 on it, with the steelbook and everything like that. The statue quality, it's at the top of my shelf. It's Ellie and Joel, just beautiful. It comes with an apocalypse backdrop setting that you can put up, and I got mine brand new, so I got lucky on that one. I love, love, love that statue. That's definitely my favorite one.
And have you guys or did you get even the Ghost Edition here of Destiny?
No, but I thought about it. I didn't pull the trigger because I wasn't sure. But,
yeah.
I would have liked to have that Ghost. Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah, the Ghost is pretty neat. I will say that. I was looking around trying to find some really cool ones. I saw ones that were listed. There's a lot of lists of top 10 collector's editions and whatnot. I saw that the Resident Evil 6 collector's edition is kind of ridiculous. It comes with like Leon's jackets and
well, that was like a lot of money though too.
Yeah, and a lot of money.
It was like in the $1,000 price range or near it. I didn't spring for that, especially because Resident Evil 6 is the worst game in the series.
What are some like ridiculous ones that have come out?
There's the Star Wars Battlefront one with the Han Solo carbonate mini fridge.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome. I love that one.
There was also Black Ops 3 that came with a mini fridge, I think.
I was thinking of that, yeah. Yeah, the Pip-Boy edition of Fallout 4 that came with the wearable wrist Pip-Boy thing.
Was there any that you saw that you didn't spring for that you regret?
Oh, a million. Yeah, so many.
I mean, I wish
any that you got not PlayStation exclusive even that you were disappointed in.
I mean, I wish I would have gotten 15. I couldn't. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do the money. It's just I don't know. I kind of regret it, but at the same time, I feel like the Final Fantasy 15 one, I would have been more inclined to buy that one if it came with like a statue of the car with the guys in it or some really cool statue.
Yeah.
Maybe would have pushed me.
Figure.
Yeah, as cool as those are, and I do collect Play Kai Arts figures. I have a lot of them. I usually just buy those myself separately when they go on sale and stuff. So to just include that with the collector's editions, it feels a little bit like a cheat to me because you're going to be able to buy those separately. That's not like a collector's edition. You know what I mean? Like it's not a statue that's only being made for the collector's edition of that game.
Yeah. Dean, I've never bought any that I'm disappointed with. No, all the ones that I bought, I'm pretty happy with.
I have the one on screen right now for sale. If anybody
you do have this?
On eBay. Yeah, I have this on sale right now.
You have it on sale?
I actually have it right here.
Why are you selling it?
The Kratos statue is so poorly made.
I like it.
So go buy it on eBay. Check out my listing.
I'm holding it. Here it is. It's nice.
I love a statue that has heft to it, and it's so light, and I feel like it's so plasticky.
You can hear it's hollow, but it is what it is. It is what it is. $20 on eBay. It's a nice little PlayStation statue. You know.
Yeah, that's what I paid for. That's what I have it listed as. But mine, I also have it with the steelbook and something else too. My favorite. I just love all these statues. Like the Uncharted 4 statue is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, it's
the
a nice
Journey statue, even though it didn't come with the game, is one of the most beautiful statues.
Well, that's an $150 statue.
Yeah. My infamous Second Son one with Delson holding the chain. That's another very high.
I actually really like the Arkham City statue. It's actually pretty nicely made.
That's the Joker one, right, with the TVs?
No, that's Arkham Origins. I have
that's Origins.
Believe it, if you can believe it, I have all the Batman collector's editions.
You're an ass.
But
here's what's annoying.
What's up?
What's on screen right now, this Kratos statue looks so much nicer than the one you have. Like, it just annoys me how they can't do as decent a paint job on all of the ones.
Yeah,
they just.
Wait, what were you gonna say, 13, about the Batman games?
Oh, I have the one with Joker at his desk and the monitors behind him light up. That one's really nice. That's from Origins, and then the one I was talking about originally is from Arkham City. It's about this big. He's like crouched down, and it's polystone. It's like heavy.
Oh, is that the black and white one?
Yeah.
Oh, I do like that one.
Yeah, that one's nice.
Oh, because that was the posters for the game. I remember now, and it was like the Joker. You just saw the green.
Yeah.
Catwoman. You just saw like the red on her goggles. I loved those posters.
That's a really well made statue.
Yeah, I like that.
Here's the GameSpot unboxing of Pip-Boy here.
The Disney Infinity one that I have is actually really, really cool.
What's that one come with?
It has It comes with like this giant frost giant that was in the beginning of Thor when he fights the monster.
Oh yeah.
And you stand all your figures on the platform in front of him, and the platform lights up underneath.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Dean, that's a beautiful one in your room. I'm trying to think of your room too, because I've been in there and I'm trying to think of like the statues as I looked around the room.
I had to put the Disney Infinity one away. I don't have anywhere to put it, but I wish I could have it out.
Your Injustice one is one I regret not having. The Batman Wonder Woman one, I do love that statue.
That one's cool. That one's pretty cool.
I heard this was super cheap.
Yeah, the Pip-Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the same thing.
You have real plasticky, real lights.
The only one I've been disappointed with so far, I hated the Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception statue. It was so cheap, very, very cheap.
That's so surprising.
I hated not hated. I can't say hated. I love the idea of the Batman Arkham Knight statue, but I feel like I was a little deceived by what I got with it. Like, I thought it would be more detailed, but it's all one color. I feel like if they had detailed his suit and made the whole city the gray, I would have loved it a lot more. I do like that it lights up, though.
Because they meant for it to be like a statue, so it looks like it would have been all made out of like stone if it was a real statue. But when you get it, it's all rubbery, so it just kind of all meshes in. Yeah, it's cool, but it could have been better. I agree.
And I originally had that version of the game pre-ordered with the Batmobile edition, but then that collector's edition got canceled. So
that was a bummer.
Never see the Batmobiles ever come to life, especially because they were drivable too. I wanted one so bad. And then really underappreciated, but another one I got freely upgraded to was the Order 1886, the Galahad statue I have.
That's actually a nice statue. Yeah.
I love that statue. I really, really like that one.
Here's your favorite on screen right now, Greg.
Oh my god, dude. When I tell you, if you find this on eBay for under $500, it's worth your money. That's when I waited to pull the trigger. I saw a listing go up for $449.
No, it's not, Greg. It's not worth $500.
So worth it.
You have a skewed look at what's worth $500.
Well, I've been buying statues now for like 6 months, so I think I know. If I'm being honest. I will say one of my favorite collector's editions that didn't come with the statue, though, Life is Strange. Came with Max's diary. It came with a CD of all the songs on the game, the whole soundtrack, which I have in my car. Only CD I basically have in my car now. And then it also came with a bunch of stickers, and then it came with like drawings, like sketches that Max did with her guitar and stuff, which I thought was really neat. As far as collector's editions we have for upcoming games, what are you guys most excited about?
I kind of want to talk about God of War first. Like, what is something they could do really cool with God of War?
Give me a Kratos statue that
see, that's what I was going to say. No more statues of Kratos. Like, you had so many statues of Kratos. What I want is a freaking life-size replica of Mjolnir or whatever the hell that freaking hammer is called.
That would be awesome.
Really
that, like, lights up, like, it looks like frost and electricity or whatever. Like, that would be freaking awesome.
That would be cool shit. Yeah.
As long as it's not cheap and it doesn't feel like plastic and not super light. Like, I wanted that thing to be hefty. I want it to be heavy. I want it to feel like a hammer.
I don't know. With Sony Santa Monica, they've been fucking me in the asshole with these collector's editions.
Jesus.
Not even in the good way, kids.
Yeah, but they're God of War statues that are not included with the games, like the ones that they just make and sell on like PlayStation gear, are really nice.
Oh God, look at that fucking statue. It's so beautiful. I'm looking at mine now and I'm like, I made the best decision of my life. It's so beautiful. I love it. It's my favorite statue I've ever owned. I really need upcoming ones that I have pre-ordered already. Horizon Zero Dawn, $120.
That's a really nice statue.
Aloy, and
That's
she's
really
standing
nice.
on top of the fucking dinosaur that she killed with her bow and arrow. There's an arrow sticking out of it too. Can't wait to put her on.
I had that in my cart and I just couldn't do it. I'm
no!
like, dude, I'm not like you. I don't know how many more fucking statues can I have like sitting around this room.
It's only 120 and it's an Aloy. It's a girl.
I know, but like I don't know. I don't think I care anymore. Like it's gonna have to be something that's more to me than just like when the Spider-Man comes out. Like I'll get that because Spider-Man is my favorite.
Yeah.
But like. Other than something like that, like I gotta call it on.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Spider-Man. Is that all you want? Do you just want it to be a Spider-Man statue?
I would be totally happy with a Spider-Man statue. Yeah,
Dean and I both don't have one, right, Dean? You only have the Disney.
No, yeah, I don't have like a proper Spider-Man statue. I wish, but
yeah,
I would be cool with a Spider-Man statue. Or what I would really like them to start doing are exclusive controllers. I think would be really cool.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Edition. If they came out with an exclusive DualShock 4 Spider-Man themed that only came with a collector's edition, I would be totally on board for that.
That's a good idea. I like that. That's what I wanted from this topic, is to try and come up with like cool new ideas for collector's editions. Like, what about Days Gone? Like, what's something they could do with Days Gone?
Give you a loaded rifle.
Harley.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. Don't go with like a statue of the guy. Go with just not even him on the Harley, just the Harley.
Just the Harley.
Just give me a really, really detailed Harley from the game. Give it like the little touches that maybe the game offers. Maybe like they customize it or do some weird things with it, and have it that it actually works. Like they can roll around. Like it's an actual Harley that like rolls around. I think that might be pretty neat.
I also am very stoked about my Last Guardian one I have pre-ordered. That's
a great statue.
Yeah, that's a nice statue.
Fucking gorgeous.
Yeah,
and it's huge. Right. I don't know where I'm putting that one, but that one's going somewhere.
That's the problem. Is right there. It's like I have posters that you've bought for me. I have posters that family like. I don't have anywhere to put anything anymore.
Yeah, true.
You know what could offer maybe a cool collector's edition? Quantic Dreams game. Not Beyond. Oh my God, Detroit.
Oh, Detroit. Yeah, that would be a really cool one. Like a detailed Android-esque.
Yeah, but maybe
I don't know what that game is. Like
maybe you can actually like see like the innards of the Android or something though. Like maybe
if it was like half human, half Android.
Yeah, maybe it's like a bust. Like a bust
Remember
that's
that
like
game where you like made like horror movie makeup and it was kind of like just a head and you could open up the head and you could like put like gummy worms inside and like, slime. It would be cool if they had that where you could open it up and see all the wires and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
That they could do something cool with that. It'd be expensive, but
I want for whatever fucking Star Wars game Emmy Hennig is working on, I want a fucking Star Wars statue of not like something cool, something like really, really different from the
Give me a lightsaber, a real one.
Yeah, that would be sick.
A working lightsaber. What else is coming out? What's like the big PlayStation games coming out? You got God of War, you got Detroit, you have Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone,
Last Guardian. We
already know what's happening with that. We know what's happening with Final Fantasy.
Spider-Man, I'm telling you right now, if they pull out a console edition themed with the suit as the console, they have the controller that goes with it that's also themed. They have a Spider-Man statue, and it's like $300, $400. I'm buying it.
They won't have both, but I don't know. I'll tell you this much: whatever that is, whatever the Spider-Man Collector's Edition is, I'm going in for.
I really, really think they're going to do a console with it, like a themed console.
I'm gonna have to get it, dude. I really don't see any way that I can't.
It's gonna be a PS4 Neo as well. Neo Spider-Man console.
That'll do it for me.
While Dean has a Spider-Man mask like right behind him over his head.
That's a dartboard. My mask is not by me right now.
You should put on the mask is what you should do.
I don't know where it is.
I feel like we're missing something. There's other big PlayStation games that we haven't talked about, isn't there?
I'm looking at my bookmarks right now. I have Just Dance 2017, Kingdom Hearts. I would love a Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts?
I hate you.
Kingdom Hearts. Keyblade, man. Give me a cool Keyblade.
Yeah, a Keyblade would be fucking awesome. I would love an awesome Supergirl statue with Injustice 2. I would love that. That would make me very happy.
See, if I wanted like a statue with Injustice 2, I want one of like two people facing each other. I don't want just.
That's how the Injustice 1 is. It's Batman versus Wonder Woman.
Okay, that's cool.
It's cool. She's like throwing a rocket, and like Batman has like the lasso wrapped around his throat, and he's kind of like grabbing at it. It's a pretty cool statue.
But since Supergirl is the main key to the story in Injustice 2, who could she fight that would be cool in a statue? I would love like a Gorilla Grodd.
I stand by what I said during Power Up. I think a like really detailed metallic Blue Beetle would be fucking awesome.
That would be cool.
I love Blue Beetle.
He looks so weird in that game, man.
That's how he looks.
Is it?
Yeah, he's just weird looking.
And he freaking says it's time to level up.
Yes.
It's my favorite. Blue Beetle's the best. Drew, you have to watch Young Justice.
Yeah, it's pretty good, dude.
So fucking.
I feel like I want to do like a list of upcoming PlayStation exclusives. List of upcoming PS4 exclusives.
We named all the ones that I know about personally.
Yeah, me too. Those are all the ones I have bookmarked.
Okay, here we go. The top 17 upcoming No Man's Sky. Well, we already have that. Dragon Quest Builders. Last Guardian. What Remains of Edith Finch. We don't know a lot about that game yet.
No, but I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too. Horizon Zero Dawn. God of War. Spider-Man. Death Stranding.
Ooh, Death Stranding.
That's right. Yeah, Death Stranding. But that's fine.
I want a completely naked statue of Norman Reedus.
Penis and all.
Penis and all. Days Gone. Crash Bandicoot Remaster.
Yeah. I would get like a Crash plushie.
No, I want a mask. I want a replica of the mask that he wears.
Cool.
You got Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Rhyme. Yeah, not happening anymore.
Oh, Hellblade. I keep forgetting that's a
I forgot all about this one. They haven't really shown it off in a while. Wild. Do you remember Wild?
Yeah, you were obsessed with that.
I think it looks really cool. Rabbit animations look amazing, dude.
The fucking bunny. I can't deal with it.
I forgot all about that.
Me too, because we're normal. Drew loves the bunnies.
And I don't even know what this game is. It's called Everything.
I have no idea what that
Everything. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you get everything with the collector's edition?
I'll tell you what, the Final Fantasy 15 one was really nice.
I have the Final Fantasy 15 Steelbook Edition one pre-ordered.
That's
what I have. Yeah. The one just has the really nice artwork, and the Play-Kai Arts figure is really, really nice and detailed. Like I said, though, I can get that at any time, at any point later on.
Don't do the figures. I prefer the statues.
I get it. But those figures are so detailed and they hide the points of articulation so well that you could make them look like statues.
I almost pulled the trigger on the Sora from Halloween Town Play-Kai Arts figure, but I couldn't.
They do a nice job with those, and they've actually already shown off the Final Fantasy VII remake Play Arts figures.
I love the remakes.
Remakes are even better than remakes, dude. Don't even get me started.
Don't even get them started.
The remakes, man. All right, that's gonna wrap up this part of It Only Does PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see part 4 and not have to wait until next week, become a patron at the Level Up Network. Patreon.com/the Level Up Network. $5 or more. I'm sorry, just $1 or more actually, and you can get the whole episode all at once. If you want to submit questions to be featured on It Only Does PlayStation, then you have to do $5 or more. But a lot of perks to be seen on our Patreon, and we're adding more as time goes on, adding milestones, whole bunch of cool stuff on there. If you are not coming back immediately, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that sub button, see all the other cool content we do here on youtube.com/the Level Up Network. Like the video, leave your comments, let us know your favorite collector's editions.
Drew was slurring.
I'm falling asleep, man.
I love that.
What did I mess up there?
You said...
I don't even remember.
You said real flurring. I don't even know what you were going for.
I'm falling asleep here. It's late. It's 12:56 a.m. in the morning. We're doing a late night It Only Does PlayStation here.
Honorable mention before we close this episode off.
Yeah.
The Dragon Ball Z Xeno 2 game that's coming out has a sick Goku statue.
Ooh.
Pretty cool.
If you get that, I'll get the statue from you.
Pretty cool.
What the fuck would I do that deal? That's a terrible deal.
I'd knock Dean out in front of
I'm going to take a drink trying to get rid of these slurred words while I'm at it.
Sub or get cut. If you don't sub, we murder you in your sleep. Comment too on the videos. Let us know what your favorite collector's edition was. Wait, what? Let us know your favorite collector's editions in the comments below. Make sure to like the video. If you dislike the video, don't dislike it. Just tell us in the comments, because disliking our videos makes me sad.
Or just do the nice thing and pretend you liked it. Don't be a dick.
That's true.
And if you're not coming back, we'll catch you next week with part 4. Until then, take care. And as always, don't forget to level up. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to part 4 of It Only Does PlayStation episode 12. I'm surprised we didn't get like a Bar Quattro!
I was gonna... Oh, okay. You went Spanish. I was trying to think of a different language because I did Spanish, I did French, and
What do you think about Bolivian?
Is that how you say 4? Oh, you mean Bolivian, like the language?
Yes,
as in Bolivia.
You're right. Correct.
I'm gonna Google how to say 4 and something else. Keep going.
If you guys don't know, It Only Does PlayStation is the Level Up Network's dedicated PlayStation talk show on once every month. I'm one of your co-hosts, Andrew. I make the show Midori, and I am, of course, still joined by Dean Marchese, the Beast from the East, as well as Gregory Verga, aka GVZ.
Yup, boy!
Sorry for breaking your eardrums, guys. And I'm sorry if I slur words. It's 1 a.m. in the morning. We're wrapping up here. We're about to move on to the final topic. Don't forget to become a patron, guys. It is the only way to see the entire episode in full at the very beginning.
I won't forget.
Day one.
I'm going to do it when we're done here.
We're going to remind people.
Friends in Italy, welcome to Quarta Parte.
Did you go to a translation website?
Yeah, I did.
This final topic is brought to you by Michael McLaughlin.
Way to go, Mike.
Could not join us, unfortunately, because we're doing this at an odd time. He has work tomorrow. Actually, so does any of you have work tomorrow?
No.
I do.
Okay, we're okay then. But unfortunately, Mike has work tomorrow, so he couldn't join us. But here is his topic. He said, what are the worst decisions Sony has ever made with regards to technology, advertising, and games?
Leave it to him to come up with the negative.
That's exactly what I said to him when he sent me the topic. All right, so let's start with technology. What is the mishaps that Sony has faced as far as technology goes?
The Vita comes to mind.
You know what? No, it doesn't come to mind.
The Vita is a long piece of technology.
Yes.
I'm the champion of the Vita. I play my Vita still every week at the very minimum. I love my Vita, but they fucked up.
They did.
Yeah. They fucked up. They should have sold that from the get-go as a device that is intertwined and it's an extension of your PS4, but that is not what that thing wound up being. And the rear touch was a weird thing. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the front touch because we're used to interacting with devices that way at this point. That option being there, I think, is fine. But
the problem was the price point in the end. I mean, it's weird to say that now because I remember when it was announced at $250, everybody thought that was a great price point. But then the little things down the road, like the memory card prices,
the memory card price is really a problem.
And the 3DS dropping so heavily in price and whatnot at that same exact time, it just killed it. I think if that thing released at $200 and didn't have, if it just used normal SD cards, I think that thing would have killed.
Yeah.
There were other things that definitely could have made it more successful. The
software.
Sticks. Well, yeah, they should have made games for it. Would have helped. But the sticks not being concave, I thought was a really big mistake. It was really kind of uncomfortable to play on.
They were such small sticks, though. Could you even make those concave?
Yeah, I mean, you could choose something. I feel like even making them flat with just the slightest lip would have been better than the way they are.
is.
Right.
The way the DS is, how it's
just
right on
something
top,
would have been better than making them domed like that. They're not comfortable to play on, and then ideally
the grips on the back.
Triggers would have been nice.
Yeah, that's what comes to my mind are the triggers. I didn't like using the touchpad as a way of using R2 and L2. And even R3 and L3, you couldn't click in the joystick, so you had to put that to the touchpad on the back as well.
Yeah. My hands were so big that I was constantly touching the touchpad whenever I would play games, so that would fuck me up.
Yeah, it had those little concave areas as if they expected your fingers to go there naturally. Like, no way.
I'm glad that wasn't just me, dude.
Like, my fingers are literally touching each other.
I was holding it like this.
Try to make yourself like this is the way they want me to do it.
Not working. The first thing that came to my mind is on screen right now. PlayStation Move was such a disaster.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
But it got us that Just Dance on my Sony consoles.
And
the thing is,
it's about to come back.
The technology was great, and that's why they're still literally going to be using it with PlayStation VR. The technology is there. It's much better than the Wii and even the Wii Motion Plus. It works. Don't get me wrong. It's just that was such a half-assed attempt to capitalize on the Wii phenomenon.
You knew that was a fucked up thing when your E3 demo about sorcery became a full-fledged fucking game. That's how you knew
you know what though? When he shook up the thing and drank it, I was like, that's so cool.
I sat there and opened that fucking wizard book and I was like, no.
That was an entirely different thing. What was that called? That was
shit, I forget.
Book of Spells.
Yeah, something like that.
And then they had DLCs. There was the Book of Dinosaurs.
During my most desperate times, I looked into getting my hands on Move controllers and Book of Spells for the Trophy Wars. And I was like, I'm not going to invest this kind of money in this.
I played all of those army ones the military shooter on rails where you just go around shooting things with the move controllers.
Yeah.
I did that for Trophy Wars, and oh man,
Not a good time, huh?
Just the entire motion fad is just, I look back at that as one of the worst times ever in gaming.
Yeah.
Just terrible. It was a nightmare. It really was. I'm so glad we're past that now. And moving on to the amazing thing that is VR, of course.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say things that succeeded, like peripheral or technology wise?
No, this is all about failures.
Negative.
Okay, just making sure.
The 6-axis is
6-axis.
bad.
For the best game ever. What do you mean? You didn't like playing Lair with the 6-axis control movement?
That was going to be my mention when it comes to games, was Lair. That was a disaster, man.
Yeah, well, games is a whole different. Is that part of this game?
Yep, that is a game. That's the final part of this topic. We're still on technology right now. A 6-axis, I agree. The whole Rumble thing. We can't do Rumble. We're doing 6-axis instead.
Stuck on my balls.
6-axis feels like a Fisher-Price toy.
Yeah.
It's so bad, dude. It's so bad.
That thing felt so hollow. I really thought there was nothing inside that thing.
Yeah. There barely is. I've taken it apart before.
I forgot I even put this in the video here. PSP Go.
Oh, that was the cloud one, right? That they tried to do 5 years before clouds were a thing.
It was ahead of its time.
Yeah,
I agree.
I feel like it would have done really well in like another 5
It
years.
actually had an HDMI out, sort of. Like you could put it to your TV. It has some good ideas. It just was too expensive and ahead of its time.
Marcus didn't like that one?
No. Step your game up.
My boy.
Nobody else wanted to step their game up for PSP Go.
Oh my god,
I forgot that even existed, dude.
Me too. That's
Yeah, it was a slide up. You actually slid it up.
like the T-Mobile Sidekick.
Yeah.
That's
Good time.
what Sony was doing. Proud of them.
Technology-wise, otherwise, though, I don't know.
I hated the first iteration of the Sony headset, the PS3 one that had the slide-out microphone port.
I don't remember it.
Their focus on 3D was kind of half-assed. Remember? With Uncharted 3 and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
That was in 3D?
Yeah, they tried to push 3D with Uncharted 3. Didn't work out for them.
That game fucked up in every aspect.
That was a fad. That really was a fad.
Yeah.
The 3D stuff.
I feel like there's one big one that we're missing.
You can tell we're tired.
Yeah.
As each part goes along, we're like, we're falling
there's
apart.
definitely something that Sony fucked up. I mean, the announcement of the PlayStation 3 at $600 with the releases of games, Monsters, whatever.
The first half of the PS3 was pretty rough.
Oh my god.
They bounced back hardcore. They really bounced back good with the PS3, but
I lived in Auschwitz during that time.
At the beginning, that was pretty lousy. How about advertising? Because we all know Sony's had some really big advertising blunders when it comes to PlayStation.
You think?
I think so.
What comes to mind?
Resistance 3 comes to mind.
I don't even remember. Like, I don't really remember much of the advertising campaigns except for like the Kevin.
Their big problem was that they tried to advertise it as a move thing with the with that gun with the
gun
move
attachment, yeah.
and the Kevin Butler ad. Oh man, they just totally didn't capture the essence of Resistance 3, which was this really cool traversal across the entire United States, the time period and the character and just like the ominous, atmosphere. All of that was so wonderful in Resistance 3, and the advertisement was this jokey Kevin Butler move controller thing and that's why it didn't do well, and that's why Resistance died. Honestly, I think it's because of that.
Yeah, and then Sunset Overdrive happened. Those dirty motherfuckers.
That's one of the things.
Awesome.
When I think of advertising with Sony, I don't think of the ads being bad so much as they're just not being ads.
Yeah, I feel like it was just emptiness for a bunch of.
There are certain games that just they deserve to have advertisement and they didn't get it. Mm-hmm. Especially in the PS3 generation, it's like, what are you doing? Like, you're putting all this money into your first-party studios, and where the hell are the advertisements for the game? And then you got Microsoft has like 3 IPs, but putting $100 million into a Halo advertising campaign and it doing amazing for them.
Yeah.
It was just so
PS4
different.
has stepped up its game as far as advertising.
Yeah, I agree
especially
with that.
The third-party stuff, but even their first-party games now, like I've seen trailers for Horizon, like on television, like flipping through channels. It's been on like ESPN and stuff too.
Yeah, they're doing better with that. I agree there. But at the same time, Like, we're getting very close to The Last Guardian, and like, where the hell is that? Are they even going to advertise that? That game's been in development for 9 years.
I feel like they're never going to advertise that game just because, like, God forbid something goes wrong before that game releases. Like, they would shoot themselves in the foot.
That game's next month. That's like a month away.
Just come out and just have it be over. Just let's get it over with.
It better be at least an 8 or above, or otherwise.
I think it will.
It's not going to be, guys.
You don't think it's going to be an 8 or above?
No way. There's no way. I
feel like they waited this long to release it. If it wasn't going to be an 8 or above game, they wouldn't release it at all.
You think so?
I know.
I want us to write this down, the time code of this episode, so we can watch this clip after that game.
I'm gonna guess that game, like, it's gonna be close, but I'm gonna guess like 81 on Metacritic.
That game is not touching an 8. Promise.
You don't think? Okay.
I really don't. No, I really don't.
What would you guess?
What do you? I don't know. We don't have to. If you would like to bet something,
I would like you to guess what its number is going to be.
What was that?
I don't know.
There's a lot of hissing there.
I'm going to say a 5 at worst and a 7 at the absolute best.
On Metacritic?
No, just in general. On Metacritic, I don't know. Do the math. What would be the equivalent? 70, I guess, and then a 50.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. So you
think it's gonna be a 50?
I think a 50 at worst and a 70 at best.
Dude, my heart will break.
It's not going to touch an 8. What makes you think that this is going to be? What makes you guys think that
it's Team Eco? They did Eco and Shadow of the Colossus, two of my favorite games.
How long ago, though? How long ago?
I know, but like they can't do an 8 out of 10 game after making masterpieces.
I'm saying this one's not going to be it. Think about how much they probably overthunk this thing back and forth into the fucking ground. They probably drove themselves crazy worrying about making this great. And when you do that, it's a surefire way to make something not great. They drug their feet into the ground with this thing. They've announced dates and didn't hit them. They've gone back to the drawing board 6 different times. Think about a movie. Think about when a movie gets rewrites. And when you watch that movie and you see that it's getting so many rewrites, it's like, holy shit, this thing reeks of rewrites. It is not coherent. I'm telling you, there's nothing on the table that
look at Final Fantasy 15. It's looking really, really good, and that game went through tons of changes.
Yes, Andrew. XV is not looking so hot to some. I think it's going to be good.
I think it's going to be good, too. I think The Last Guardian's going to be good. I'm holding out hope on that one.
I think 80. That's my guess.
I think you're very optimistic. I hope it is. I really don't think it's going to be. I just don't.
So sad.
I think I'm honest to God, I'm very surprised that you guys were like of that mindset. I
don't think it's going to be like a 90 or above, but I think it's going to hit that 80.
Yeah, I think it'll hit 80 at least.
I don't think so, man.
Oh man.
I'm sorry.
Sticking on games, what are the biggest Sony blunders when it comes to video games?
Gex.
Where to?
Gex? Enter the Gecko?
Yeah.
Is that what? Is that even a Sony game? What the fuck are you doing? Oh man, we need to wrap up this episode. We're falling apart here.
One that didn't necessarily fail, but it like dwindled, and that's PlayStation All Stars. I felt really bad for the way that franchise kind of happened. Not a terrible game, but I just feel bad that the way it all went down. Like I feel like it could have done better than what it was, and
I don't think that game had any right existing. Really, that was a sure.
Oh, I disagree with that.
You really, dude? Like, come on.
PlayStation has so many great characters.
They sure do, but
the problem is they couldn't get the ones that people wanted.
Yeah.
They also couldn't get there first. Like, Smash came out so much longer before it. You got to, in a situation like that, you got to look at the fucking game table and be like, we didn't get there first. What's the point of getting there at all? Like, everyone's going to compare you to Smash. You're not going to be as good as Smash. That's the facts. I like the game, but I'm saying when Smash, in a world where Smash exists, they should have just been like, nope, what's the point?
I honestly, I don't agree with that. I think that it's okay to do an imitation of something.
Sure, but I mean...
Look at Darksiders. That's like an imitation of Zelda and God of War, and that ended up being
That's a blend of two games. It's not an imitation of one. This is a surefire imitation of Smash.
Bayonetta's an imitation of Devil May Cry.
So you're saying it should have been like a 2D Marvel vs. Capcom type game?
No, I'm saying it shouldn't have existed. Is what I said in the.
See, no, I don't agree. I think that honestly, I hope they go back to it. I want them to do it again, and I want them to get the characters that they should have had at the beginning. They should have had Cloud. They should have had Solid Snake. They should have had.
But I mean, Spider-Man.
They should have had Spyro. They should have had Crash Bandicoot. They should have had. Oh God, so many characters.
Yeah, they should have, but. I mean, you can disagree, but history is in my favor.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. The game, that's the thing, the game was good. The gameplay was good. Everybody I talked to that played the game, they thought the gameplay was good. It was the presentation of the story. It was the menus. It was all that wasn't good. They just didn't put enough behind it. They didn't put marketing behind it. Once again, to go back to that, like they missed on that. The marketing for that game could have been that Michael commercial. Remember? Which was an amazing commercial, and they could have tweaked that to be a PlayStation All-Stars commercial, and they didn't. They could have done so many cool things with that.
I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was good. I thought it was all right. The gameplay was like not. Again, it's impossible not to compare it to Smash, but like the like that gameplay could have been so much tighter. It was very sloppily done. They left so much open. The movesets when a game comes down to only having like an A, a B, so to speak. Obviously, that's not the buttons on the PS3 controller, but when it only comes down to having like a small handful of moves, you have to tighten that up. You have to nail it. You have to make that be able to be as diverse as you possibly can, use it in all these different ways. But it was like not there. It just didn't hit. I like the game, like I said, and it would be cool to see them get a second shot at it. But the game that they delivered, I think, got exactly what it deserved because they put a half-ass effort into it, and that's what they got in return.
Layer's an obvious choice. You already brought that up, Greg.
Fuck Layer.
That game, let me check real quick.
They patched it 2 years later. And you finally didn't have to use the 6-axis motion control. I held on to Layer waiting for a patch, and when I went back in with the analog stick, I'm like, why didn't you just release it like this?
Did it really make it that much better, though?
So much easier. The game was actually playable. I was like this when I first got my PlayStation 3. I had this, and I had Resistance Fall of Man. And after I beat Resistance Fall of Man for the 15th time, I'm like, I spent $600, so Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix isn't cutting it for me anymore. I gotta go back to this. And this is what I did for the whole 7 months I had PlayStation 3. It pissed me the fuck off, dude. And then to dive back in and have the analog stick, I'm like, really? This is all they needed to do after 2 years?
Did you?
It
like
is weird that it took that long.
Yes, it wasn't even that bad of a game once they did that.
Well, it has a 53 on Metacritic, one of the lowest rated Sony published games ever. Another really low one was Order 1886, which has like a 6 something on Metacritic. No Man's Sky is at a 71.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Dean and I called No Man's Sky from the beginning. I want to point out. I knew that was going to come out and just be a thing. I'm like, it's going to be a thing.
That's same here.
It's definitely not a thing.
It's going to be revolutionary. It's going to change
the way. It is revolutionary. It does some revolutionary things, and it is a thing because it sold tremendously well and people are talking about it nonstop. So it's definitely a thing.
They were. I haven't heard shit about No Man's Sky lately.
Well, people are talking about it, just not in a way that is good. It's just not a good way they're talking about it. They're talking about how.
To me is like Pokemon Go. It came and it went.
A little bit, yeah. That's not an unfair comparison.
I have fair ones.
Heavenly Sword was a bit of a blunder. I like Heavenly Sword. Don't get me wrong. I like Heavenly Sword.
Same.
But it's really short and it's kind of shallow.
Yeah.
But
I did like that game though. I did enjoy
You could see what they wanted that to be.
Yeah, they had a lot of potential with that game.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like Heavenly Sword could have been like a Bayonetta of sorts if they put in more time and more effort. Then I feel like it could have fit into that kind of genre.
I remember playing that game on the PS3 like in stores when the OG PS3 was like first being
because the demo, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was blown away when I played that. I was like, this is crazy. And then it just
that was almost a launch title for PS3, right? Heavenly Sword, didn't it come out very early on in the?
I have no idea. That was the first thing I ever played on PS4. It was like in a store somewhere. Yeah, I think in like the mall or something.
That's crazy. As far as like, I don't know if this was Sony exclusive or not, but do you guys remember that racing game Blur? I think it was called.
It wasn't Sony exclusive.
Blur, yeah, that was the game where it was kind of like grown-up Mario Kart.
Yeah, and you got to like set off like destruction for the environments. Like as you were racing, you built up power-ups, and then like planes would come crashing down.
I thought that was a good game. I thought people liked
that. You're thinking of Split Second. Blur
Second.
Blur was a different game where you acquired like you would hit like the question mark boxes, kind of like Mario Kart, and you would have to like
correct. So I misinterpreted. Split Second.
Both were really good. Split Second and Blur were great.
Split Second a Sony exclusive though?
No.
No.
What am I thinking of? That was a Sony exclusive that you set off destruction with the car. Is that not a thing?
The only like racing ones I can think of are Gran Turismo and Mod Nation Racers. And Little Big Kart. Little Big Karting.
Yeah, I like Little Big Karting.
Oh, I hated Little Big Karting because I knew it was Mod Nation Racers with a spin, like a new skin to it, and it just wasn't near as good as Mod Nation.
I never played Mod Nation though.
Oh, love it.
What about fucking what's his face? The
Fucking
biggest crowd silence in the world was
Ridge Racer.
that, but there was also when David Jaffe walked out on stage. What was that?
Oh, Twisted Metal.
And everyone was like, "We're bringing back Twisted Metal." They brought out the clown and like the fucking
That was a blunder.
stage, and everyone was like, "What?"
I don't know where to push that blunder to though. Was it on the fans or on David Jaffe and the developer? Because man, how people begged for that game to come, and then they bring out the freaking ice cream truck on stage, and everybody's jizzing in their pants, and then 6 months later, not a single one bought that freaking game.
Yeah, that sucks.
That was
That really
such
sucks.
a failure. That was such a failure.
And then
You
you
gotta bring up. Wait, did we talk? We talked about the order.
yeah.
Yeah.
You got to bring up. I know this is gonna really cut you deep, but you got to talk about Knack.
No, we don't have to talk about Knack because it's awesome.
Knack, dude. Hey,
It is awesome. It's so good.
awesome is a strong word. I liked Knack personally,
I like Knack too.
but I mean,
I never played it.
Wait,
Really?
wait.
played it?
Wait.
it's not bad, Greg. It really isn't. It really isn't.
Why
bad.
are we putting this as a blunder? It's a launched platformer game. Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
It's a blunder because Mark Cerny was the developer and talked so much about it, and it was this beautiful looking game. He was talking about, oh, we're bringing back old school 3D platformers, and then it came out, and all you just heard was a big loud like.
But that's exactly what it was. It was a 3D old school platformer with good graphics.
Liked it. Nobody liked it. Come on.
I agree that nobody liked it. I just don't understand why. Like, what were they expecting?
I'm not sure. I'm with you, dude. I'm totally with you on this one. I really enjoyed Knack.
It's challenging too. I thought it's a challenging game.
If you play on the harder difficulty, yeah, it is a nice.
I don't know. I don't get it.
It is a beautiful game.
I would give it like a 7 now at highest, but at launch I gave it an 8 because I felt like as a launch title it did its job. It delivered on the promise of what I thought it was meant to be.
I think it's pretty generous.
Oh, what the fuck.
I did like it. I would sit it at a 7 myself.
I love that whenever we talk about Sony exclusives, Knack always gets brought up, and every time Drew sticks by that
I will
fucking
fight.
8 out of 10 review.
I'm on top of that hill and I'm ready to die there.
Yeah, you gotta respect
Crazy.
conviction, man. There's something
I
to be
love
said.
how dedicated he is. It makes me so happy.
Good old
Entwined was
Knack.
my other mess up one.
I agree. That was a weird
That
thing.
demoed beautifully on stage. I was so fucking excited for it. They're like, you can play it today. I'm like, what? I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I played it and I was like, what happened?
That's always exciting when you get those and you're like, holy shit, I can't wait till I can get to my console and download this. And then you're like, it was all right.
Lest we forget PT.
Not a blunder as a game, but as an entire debacle
Yeah.
from Konami and Kojima and all that. Yeah, that's just a whole blunder.
Not
there.
a total blunder, but just a really kind of missed opportunity, I think, is Puppeteer.
Oh, wait, Puppeteer is
I
an
like
awesome
Puppeteer.
game.
Puppeteer's
Yeah,
a great game.
That was another advertising blunder because that's an awesome game that should have been
that's what
pushed
I'm saying.
harder. That game is gorgeous.
I love that game.
It was a
Aesthetically,
really
it's so
big missed
beautiful.
opportunity. It was a cool
Yeah.
game.
I feel like that's such a in Sony's wheelhouse too for games.
Puppeteer, yeah, totally. Yeah,
that was
they
a
pretty
Japan
much, like,
studio.
remade it with what's it called? What the hell's that game called on Vita? And then they brought it to PS4.
I'm not sure.
No idea.
You know, it's the one that like it's like
Oh,
showcased.
that one.
It like showcased the Vita's like all the Vita's technology.
Tearaway Unfolded.
Tearaway, yeah,
Yeah.
they were pretty much like, well, Puppeteer didn't work. Let's make another one, kinda.
I love Tearaway.
I like Tearaway a lot too.
Tearaway's cool, yeah.
Never played it on PS4. I didn't try out.
I have
Unfolded.
it wrapped up new on PS4.
Oh, really?
I might bring that with me when I come to visit. Maybe we can hop onto some Tearaway, kiddos.
I'll watch you play it.
I'm so tired.
I know.
He's finished.
I'm finished, guys. Actually, that is the end of the show anyway. We got to wrap this shit up.
Oh.
Wrap it up, man. Wrap
it up.
Quarta Quarte!
Oh, guys, that wraps up episode 12 of It Only Does PlayStation. This is a Level Up Network's dedicated PlayStation talk show on once every month, although now it is on kind of weekly because we're separating into parts. This is part 4, of course, so you just hopefully watch the whole thing. If you want to see it all at once, the full episode, day 1, become a patron at patreon.com/The Level Up Network, just $1 or more, and you will get the full episode from the very beginning.
Dolores!
If you want to submit your questions to be featured, we only had one tonight. We want more than that. There's supposed to be a question after each of our topics. We're supposed to have a question from you guys, a part of Mail Time. Hids, thank you so much for taking advantage of your patronage and doing that. But everybody else, become a $5 patron and submit your questions as comments.
Yeah, guys, what the fuck?
On patreon.com
together
/The Level Up Network.
Jesus Christ.
If you liked this video, please guys subscribe, hit that sub button at youtube.com/The Level Up Network so you don't miss out on future episodes of this show, but also Power Up, It Only Does PlayStation, The Level Up Show. It's all on YouTube. Like the video, comment, let us know how you feel about Sony and their advertising or technological blunders, well, you know, things they failed on in the past.
You fucking hated Layer in the 6-axis too.
Yeah. Let us know.
Let me know.
We're here for you, guys. And since this is the end of the episode, we can wrap it up as we always do. 3, 2, 1. PlayStation. I'm so tired, guys. So long, guys. Take care. Level up.
Level up.
Hey, Level Uppers. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to check out our other content, please do.
Like your favorite superhero podcast, Power Up, right here.
Or for everything PlayStation, It Only Does PlayStation right there.
For movies, television, and Netflix, check out the Lights Up show down this way.
And for the latest episode of our gaming talk show, The Level Up Show, go right there. But most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe right there.
Nailed it.
We did it.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was good.
Which one do you think they'll click on?
I think Level Up Show, obviously.
Hopefully, all of
It
them.
Only Does
Yeah,
PlayStation.
I would like if they watched them all, I think.
Lights Up is new, though. I think they should definitely check that out.
Lights Up's a new one. Power Up's always a
Running
new
about
one.
7-8 seconds now.
Yeah.
We're
Well, you think they've clicked on something?
we're still here, so no.
I think they should.
We should give them a little bit
Did you
more.
click on something?
Click on something, guys.
We need to go.
The hell are you?
I'm going to give it 3
waiting for?
seconds.
Watch
We have
all
things
of
to
that.
do.
3,
Just click.
Stare them down. Stare them down until they do it.
1.
Ah!